Give me a mic check.
There we go.
Mic check. Mic check.
For this show.
Okay, we can hear.
Check.
We can hear Larry on the rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear something.
I hear now.
There is no music coming from the tower.
Okay.
Eat and say we're going to go live at 10 and they don't.
Are we on the air?
We are on the air.
And now, live from the Man Cave, Studio B, deep in the heart of constitutional Livingston County, Michigan, on another Tuesday night rant. Planes, trains, and automobiles. They're sending them in, folks, and they're in Livingston County. Tonight, your co-hosts, Kelli Uphaus, Norris Hardeman, introducing Christopher Brock, and yours truly, Larry Parsons, our ever-present earwig behind the scene, the real Tim Allen.
Yes, I'm back and pushing all the wrong buttons.
This is my brain. And now the host of the Righty Drinky Drink Show, Jeremy Scott Gibbs. No cats were hurt in the production of this show.
Don't forget Mr. Coffee.
Oh, I did. I forgot.
Mr. Coffee.
You flipped him off too. You just did. You went like that and then you switched fingers.
Mr. Coffee is in the house.
Yes.
That's
I was
the
like, did I?
flip
No,
off,
it's not
too.
Larry's fault.
That's
I
right.
left it off. I forgot about
You
it.
did.
I was in a rush on doing the paper, and
And we're
it's
not-
my fault.
Yeah, I said no music. Weird. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've decided not to record this show, apparently, too.
That's good. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's hit that button.
We're having nothing but issues.
You know, it was
tonight.
funny last week, Tim.
Because I'm back.
I did the record,
did
and
it.
then I did the same thing, and realized that once I got to the house and remoted into the ATEM from the house and shut it off. I was like,
Do
I
have,
can do that from the house.
Do I have any recording space?
I don't think so.
Let's see.
The things
That drive's huge. It should be big. Welcome everybody to the show, the shit show.
Joe.
We are having fun.
I want to know why I don't have music on that overlay.
Well,
it
you're
makes
gonna
it
intro.
real, Jeremy.
It makes it so
Makes
real.
it real.
Hey, no, Tim and I were watching the bridge crash this morning,
You mean the
and this guy, what channel was it on? Was it on Fox or one of the channels? And he's got his big huge touchscreen, and he's doing the buttons, and he hits the wrong button, and it clears the whole screen.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he's like trying to find the button, and he's trying to push it back like this, and you can hear the studio laughing at him as he tries to get it back.
And then he pulls up election results of
Like
of
2016 or some shit.
No.
was
It was the Biden. It was the Biden results in some state for the last the caucuses. It just happened to still be on that wall monitor.
Okay.
Oh man! All right, so welcome. For those that ate chicken drummies and some stir fry, was that all right?
Oh, it's
apparently
absolutely
we
I
are
mean, you can talk into your microphone.
the
This
Braille
is
show tonight.
the Braille show. I see that.
Yes.
Yeah, was that some good stuff?
Tonight's show is in Braille.
Okay.
That's what it says.
I saw what it said. I'm trying to get the relevance. I don't know the relevance, obviously.
We've lost our sense of
Thanks.
sight.
We're gone. We're
We can
misguided.
see.
We're so far gone. Papa Bob said something in there. All right, so good dinner. Let's get to disclaimers right away. Let's jump right into here.
We're gonna run the disclaimer.
the
Oh,
disclaimer off.
mommy.
Everybody got a cut. Everybody got their number.
I'll take
Yeah, sure.
the
Yeah.
This is my brain. Notice this podcast is mostly raw and unfiltered, completely politically incorrect. We say Merry Christmas and the Pledge of Allegiance, especially the part about one nation under God. We thank our troops. Thank you, those who have
Thank you,
served, who
gentlemen.
are at the table. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
And
Thank
all
you.
those out there for their service. We only recognize, because we don't know what the hell everything else is, two genders.
You know what I'm gonna add, Tim?
Yeah.
We thank our troops for their service and all the ladies for their cervix.
Oh, that's that too. That's it. That's
I'm gonna add it to the line.
Goes
Yeah,
right into
Yeah.
the two genders.
because they're to the two genders. I like
It
that.
rhymes.
I like
As adults, at least most of us, except for Larry, he's not really grown up yet.
Yeah, Larry.
Yeah, we
I don't
enjoy
wanna grow
adult beverage. Who's doing beverages tonight? do it over.
Larry's got some.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
I'll
Kelly,
do a little
coffee.
baby.
Coffee's got coffee.
I'm really excited.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna
We're all
have to
excited
get
here.
in. You're gonna have to get into the expansion in the bar that's going in up there in the corner, and the drinks are gonna be served at some point. Anyway,
Oh, is that what's happening over there?
we
Yeah,
cuss.
buddy.
We do not curse nor swear. Those are 3 different things.
Yeah,
We love Jesus, but hate religion, and religious hypocrites are called something else sometimes. And if any of this offends you, you know who you are.
Get the.
You can leave, but
GTFO.
I would really appreciate it rather that when you index the show to quote us or misquote us or take us out of context in your liberal publications, send Larry the indexing so I don't have to do my own highlights.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We really appreciate you guys doing all that hard work.
And there's the disclaimer for the show. You've been warned, and if you miss this, too bad.
Yeah, if you come back to us and go, "Oh, I didn't realize they were going to cuss on the show," well, then you didn't pay attention to the first 10 minutes. I don't know what to tell you. All right, I've got. We're going to rip through these. Let's rip through these. We'll do commentary.
Rapid fire?
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Rapid fire. Would you? No, I'll put it on the screen
So
for you.
my buttons are working, but the song music, the opening music doesn't. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
No.
You don't like this game?
No.
Oh. Norris. As soon as Tim's got it for you over there.
All right.
And
Bars.
yes.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, except for bears. Bears will fucking kill you.
Bears are. And there's the first F-bomb of the show. Where's the F-bomb? There it is.
Oh, sorry.
First F-bomb for the.
I wasn't ready.
There you go. You get a little trophy, dude.
Take that, lefties. Actually, they like to cuss more than we do.
Mhm.
And
He's got
let's
that
see.
memorized.
Where's my beat?
And I'm going to son cuatro.
I can't find my beat.
Where
I like
are-
this one.
it-
Figure out.
It is easier to fool the people than to convince them they have been fooled.
You-
Like the scheduled demolition that took place on around 1 a.m. this morning.
what are you saying?
Are
I
you
don't
one of the,
know.
no? Are you
What?
one of those
Dude, I
conspiracy
watched
theorists?
it. blow up.
I watched it at 4 a.m. I saw it.
Go boom.
I am just like, really? Building 7, anyone?
I never heard of Building 7. What does that
Actually, there
mean?
was somebody that just was like, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Let's see here. And number 5 for our newest. What should I christen you, Chris?
Call me Christopher.
No, I'm just saying you're
God,
our
give a
newest
name.
victim. I mean, you're gonna
Whatever you feel
face the
comfortable
screen.
with.
There will be
I'll accept
leftists
it.
now that have your name in a database, and
That's
they will
okay.
be-
They've already got it, I'm sure.
Yeah, they'll be like,
Based upon search,
Who's that
search
guy?
queries.
Hey, where's
They
the,
did
Oh,
actually
no,
have
it's
one.
another
Fuck
conservative.
is that
No,
guy?
but seriously,
Please put the
they actually
disclaimer
have
on the
one. I'll show it
screen.
to you.
Oh, I know. It's a fact. Yeah, no.
Please
let's
put the
document it.
disclaimer.
Are we doing this?
yeah? What's it
Read
going on?
number
I've
5.
been waiting.
To argue with a person, I'm sorry. To
No,
argue with a person who has renounced the use of reason is like administering medicine to the dead.
Amen.
Thomas Paine.
as they say in China, it's a fucking useless. Let's see, Lawrence. It's Larry. Well, it may have been. 'Cause now that you got 15 siblings, I don't know what.
Overnight, man.
Yeah. Actually, I
Shit's
only
overnight.
there's
from breeders.
actually there's 9 of us, not 15.
Oh, my bad.
I am one of 9.
my
I'm the
bad.
second oldest.
My bad. Listen, man, somebody dropped some water on the back of the furry little critter and it multiplied overnight. Don't fucking feed.
If you saw the one dude in the one picture, you would understand
You're like,
completely.
Don't feed him after midnight. That's for damn
No.
sure. Go, Larry.
Picking on my family.
Don't forget your
I love
punctuation.
See, but it's wonderful.
A family you've
to
known
have
for
a
10
baby.
minutes. We're not picking on them. We're picking on you in
I'm
spite of them.
offended for them.
I'm
You didn't hear the disclaimer
I
at the top
find you
of the
very
show?
offensive.
You'll have that on the big jobs.
Okay, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, period. That is the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution. It's the amendment that protects all the other ones. Without it, the Constitution would be useless toilet paper.
Useless.
This was issued on December 15th, 1791, and it expires
Never.
when hell freezes over.
When hell freezes over. From my cold, dead hands.
Yes.
Coffee, go.
Government big enough to give you everything you want is big enough to take away everything you have.
You like
Thomas Jefferson? I like that.
You like
I
that?
like that movie.
Big government stuff.
That's the truth.
In the beginning of a change, the patriot is a scarce man and hated, brave and hated and scorned. And when his cause succeeds, the timid join him, for then it costs nothing to be a patriot. Candy ass mother, join up. There we go. And everybody.
Last but not least.
Last but
Oh,
not
here we
least,
go.
Here we go. Ready?
On
Yeah.
3.
Never apologize and never explain. It's a sign of weakness.
And I think that people out here would do well, if you're watching, to understand that apologies do nothing with these monsters.
Nothing. Monsters.
I want to pull in that one clip
The
from
Monster Mush.
the Monster Mash. I want to pull in that one clip from
It's a graveyard smash.
band.
That was a little delayed.
Are you guys keeping track on?
They're quiet.
Yes, there's not saying anything. Because coffee's putting them right in their place.
There you go. There you go.
How's that?
Well, it's not much happening. Where's
Coffee, can you get
everyone?
any closer to me? That's what they're asking.
Well, no, that was
No.
like 15
Hey,
minutes
since
ago.
you're not
Let's
typing,
go.
people, why not hit the like button?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
Why don't
thing.
you get on the right page and
Yes.
hit a rumble fist?
A finger.
Oh,
I do it. I
yeah.
do it.
No, it's so okay. Yeah. So a lot of bullshit go on today.
A special.
Among the things falling very, very fast, other than bridges collapsing, Planet Fitness stock continues to drop.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Well, if you want to suspend the memberships of the paying women
Yeah.
in favor of the shaving women,
Oh, there's Cat Respecter.
Cat Respect is in the house.
There you
Now we had the veterans long table. We had a dinner. We didn't record the first show,
In
but
case you didn't know, Chris, Cat Respecter's a Fed.
A
No,
fed.
you're the
What's
Fed.
going on?
You're
He's
a
Cat
the
fed.
Respecter
spook.
in the chat.
You got
Yeah.
really nervous
Oh,
when
yeah,
I
he's
looked
a-
at you and
he's a-
said that.
Larry says that he's a Fed. Cat Respecter says that I think they're both on the
All
take.
of a
So
sudden,
I
you
don't,
have
I don't
500
know.
new family members.
But we had a bunch of veterans here on Friday night. It was a great time. We ate, we broke bread together, and then we sat around and talked for 3.5 hours or more.
Oh, yeah.
And it was phenomenal. I recorded the audio, but Cat Respecter was here and did a ton of still photos. In fact, he sent them to me. They're gorgeous. And okay, we're gonna hopefully Tim and I can get some promo stuff together when we start recording the veterans long table here, and we're gonna use some of that audio along with the still footage of that first initial meeting, and it's gonna be pretty killer, and we'll get that show launched. So
Yeah, it's gonna turn out great.
yeah,
I tried not to work on the graphics over the vacation week I did, but I managed to cut a few seals out and
good stuff.
emblems and be a good show.
So what do you want to start with the?
Well, first, we have
where do
to.
we start?
We gotta have Tim just chime in real quick. How his vacation?
Oh yeah,
was.
Tim, tell us
Come
how
on,
your
Tim.
vacation
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Kick your camera on, buddy.
Tell us about your week of solitude.
Break the camera while I was gone. I don't see it coming on.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no. I took a little trip. There's a few people in chat who actually, especially if you're on Twitch, that I was hanging with during that week. Of all of the productions that we have that's going together, one of which is going to be the Man Cave Gamers Guild or Gaming Guild.
Of sales on Amazon.
Are you going to play that video?
Did your audio, the audio finally work?
Yeah, the audio finally works.
Nice.
No, that's your audio. You were playing something.
We have
Who's that?
a question from
Larry.
We got a question.
Stop it.
For fuck's sake.
The table feed.
We
Damn
got-
it, Larry.
We have a question from Cat Respecter to Tim. Did you harness your chi, Tim?
There was some chi
It's
harnessing.
confusing to
Yes.
stop.
Yes, there was some chi harnessing.
Chi
Let me see.
harnessing.
Do I even know where my
She's a friggin'
webcam
joke.
is?
Yeah, I know. And I
All right,
can't
pay
get it-
attention to Tim for 5 seconds. Go ahead, Tim.
No, it's just seeing if the webcam was even still working. It's been gone a while.
So he was up with the crew.
Yeah, with up with the crew was Strange Friends. Strange Friends media is Tony and Heather,
And Heather, yep.
and the boys up there.
We're gonna do some
And,
more and more collaborative work with them.
Right, and the I can't find my webcam. That's ridiculous. It's no longer in the scene, man. It's gone. Ridiculous. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, give us the table shot.
I could probably move it. I'm wearing the Righty Right Drink shirt.
It's very nice.
It's backwards. You know when you drive a remote control car and it's coming at you and you turn the wrong way?
Yeah.
That's the way that happens. So yeah,
Like Biden's
what we're doing
day
is
start to finish.
doing a number of games that are going to be coming up that are cultural phenomenons that are extremely popular. Probably none of you like those, but I don't know. Tabletop games, Magic: The Gathering, the card game, is got a huge phenomenon to it. I learned how to play that. It extends from the D&D stuff I did in high school. So, but no, I went to a town of all of 2,500, 3,000 people, whatever that is, and just hung with some folks and unplugged. Tried to unplug. I took my computer with me. It refused to not stay on for more than 7 minutes over the first 3 days, and then out of irony, I had my phones plural. I got like 3 cell phones.
Dude, he's
All
like
on
a
the-
gangsta.
All on the wrong credit card, so they didn't get paid, and I couldn't get on my account on my computer.
He's like,
my
I got no
phone-
service
yeah,
up
my
here, man.
phone's-
It's like a dead zone.
Well, it's a dead zone. I didn't know what was going on. Plug for at least 4 days, so it was good. So I'm-
And then I get up there and I'm on the phone talking to Christopher in the truck when I pull up there. And
you were on the
Tim's
phone.
like,
Yeah.
You're on the phone. What carrier do you have? I goes, Verizon. He goes, I got Verizon. Why don't I have service?
Yeah, what do I
And then he realizes, he goes, oh shit, I used the wrong card.
yeah. And literally 20 minutes before he showed up, the computer was finally back on. Before I broke it down, I paid for the phone, and it took like less than 20 minutes for it to come back on. So on the way back, I finally got service, and I was like, all right,
Nice.
vacation done.
Very cool.
So good stuff.
Such a dick.
You're such an asshole.
So you were waiting for that one.
Well,
I
Waiting.
love it.
I tuned into the show while
It was a
I was
sniper rifle
gone.
shot.
And I tuned into the show while I was gone, and I made sure to not be too critical of what was going on. But there was only a couple mistakes. One was somebody admitted at the beginning of the show that I wasn't needed, so it was that happened. But see, I can very easily just
Wonder who that could have
take myself and insert myself into the show here in a strategic position as the my
Yeah, I can't
right-hand
believe somebody would say
position
you are
needs
not
to be in
needed.
the right place.
I can't
there.
believe it either,
I mean,
Larry.
I don't know who that would be. I mean, who would say that I would not be needed on the show?
That would be
Might
Jeremy.
be- I don't know. It might be. So I'll just stay on this shot.
Yeah.
And this will work.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't even know if he's looking up from his phone to
He's
see
not
what's
looking
going
up.
on.
He's not even seeing what you're doing on the
I
screen.
don't even know what
He
you're talking
doesn't
about.
even
It
know what he's
wasn't
talking
me.
about. Yeah. So
Well, he's covered his
I'm here. I am much more
Now
important
Tim's
on
on
the
the
show than other people who obviously don't need to be on the show. I've done an intro before. You don't need-
Oh, take that.
Jim.
Hey, Larry, if you
Yeah.
Larry, if
That's
you
pretty
farted
close,
right
dude.
now, it would be blamed on Tim.
Yeah, it could have been.
Sure would, dude.
Ooh,
Sorry, Larry's gonna play with his phone.
No
Ooh.
fart app.
I'm sending out
Papa
messages.
Bob. Look at that. I like that.
What's Papa Bob got going on?
Yeah. He's
Oh.
he's going to make a donation of $199.
He's gonna do that. Lefroy Single Cast
Ooh.
Select
I like that.
by Sip Whiskey. Nice.
Yeah, I have to look into that one day, maybe for my birthday.
Is he
Mm.
no? Oh, he's not saying he's gonna bring one over.
No, I was hoping he was.
Come on, Papa
I
Bob.
was hinting that he could.
Hey, listen. If we
Papa
can't
Bob
have
can't
if we
drink.
can't have full financial support for the show, we at least need some alcohol
But-
dropped off periodically.
Norris,
Bob, you aren't a drinker, so that bottle should come over here to these guys.
no,
You don't
Norris,
drink.
did we missed your intro, Norris?
My what?
Yeah, Norris,
Your
please,
intro.
please, if you will, if you
okay.
will, sir.
Sorry. Do the honors.
Very nice pull. Very nice pull, sir.
They
We
have
ha-
it on record.
We
Oh,
have
yeah,
that.
Or you do it the right way.
Oh wow, nice.
It didn't speed up. It seemed like at the end there.
Well, you know. We'll get there.
It's a race,
You know,
boys.
it's slow and steady, you know? Then you save the big finish.
There's the recording. Yeah, very good. So let's talk about this. We had this. Where do we want to start? We want to start with the Heartland Schools. Wait.
Into it.
Christopher.
Yeah.
It's Lefroy.
Yeah. Introduce
stuff.
the new blood.
Select.
Christopher came. My daughter-in-law posted a bunch of equipment that I had up here in the back room. I had it in the back room, and I said, "Man, I got to sell this shit. It's just cluttering up here, and I don't use it, and I don't need it, and it's good stuff." And my daughter-in-law heard me, Morgan, Al's wife, and she's my daughter. She's been one of my kids for hell. She was Nicole's
I feel
friend when she
sorry
was
for her.
14. Thank you, Larry. And she said, "I'll sell them for you, Dad." I'm like, "Okay." So we brought them down, and she took pictures and she cataloged them, and bam, they were up on there. And she's like, "Okay, I got a call from this person, a call from that person. They're gonna be coming by." I'm like, "Holy shit!" This is for like an hour, and then it was a day, and then so Christopher wants to buy the mixing board. He's going to try out some fancy stuff, and he can tell us that in a minute. But he shows up, comes in, sees the man cave, and goes, "What?"
What the fuck?
Yeah,
This
dude.
is a
really?
newly acquainted.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he comes in, and he's like, "Dude, this is awesome. We got it, dude." And so we've been talking off and on for what, last week and a half.
Yeah, pretty consistent.
And but there's some spiritual overtones, some other good stuff. He's gone through some difficult life lessons and some good life lessons, and so and he's a very
I'm gonna tell my sister you're picking it.
very skilled, very talented person that has a lot of ideas. And I am looking forward very much to working with him on some projects, musically as well as business wise and some other dynamics. But I don't know where to start. Where you want to start with that, Christopher? You were
anywhere. No, I was really taken back by the whole presence of this place. I walk in and I'm like, the amount of labor that it took to create all this is just, it's insane. Cause it's not just like simple stuff laying around. You can see it's all like curated art forms. And I walk in and I'm like, this is pretty much everything that I want to do eventually one day. And then I started talking to Jeremy, and he's basically a doppelganger in terms of personality. You know, he's eclectic. He's in construction like myself. I'm a member of the local 80 Sheet Metal Workers Union. And I'm like, dude, you just got it going on. And I'm like, I was getting educated by Tim and by Jeremy here, and he just shows me around the whole place. There's like secret doors, and passages. I'm like, I'm a little overwhelmed right now.
It never ends.
No, it
either.
doesn't. I see something new. I mean, I've only been here twice now, but it's amazing.
It's
It really
Wonka.
is. It's exceptional. Shout out to Morgan for actually facilitating it, because I mean, I don't know how many people were commenting on that post before I came along, but I came that day. I'm like, I can come after work today and grab it. Yeah. And you mentioned the mixer. The mixer is for, I mean, I don't have any technical skill in terms of music production at all, but I came across the concept where you can create a positive feedback loop in the mixer itself, and you can just make some crazy sounds. So that's why it came out. But it was a blessing for sure, and I'm grateful to have met you 100%. And obviously it's worked out pretty well. So thanks for having me on. And I'm excited to work with you guys too. And it was really nice to meet you earlier. We've had some conversations.
I had a job in Royal Oak today, just a small little electrical work. And I said, hey, we were texting back and forth, and you're like, well, it's supposed to rain, and if it rains, I won't be at work. And so I was like, well, I'll be in Royal Oak. You want to meet up? So we met up for lunch, little bit of a late lunch over at Jim Brady's Detroit.
Amazing
Shout out to them.
place. Amazing bar.
Owned by my very own guitar player, Tom Brady.
Took
Phenomenal
a new guy
place.
to Jim Brady's.
I did.
14 months. You haven't taken me there once.
It's convenient. It's convenience.
Listen, I met him there, in all fairness.
Listen,
been one.
if Jim Brady's was like down the street, I would have I would just be dividing my time between there and here.
I'm not taking it personal.
50-50.
Yeah, don't take it personal.
I wanted to say, I've joked though that he came here for a mixing board and instead found his purpose.
Yeah, honestly though, I mean, I definitely feel like this is aligned with my entire journey. It's not really about me. It's more about what we can all create as a group.
Yeah.
Versus like,
It is the fellowship.
yeah, exactly. One to rule them all.
So I'm sure as Christopher, I didn't know if he wanted to be a participant on the show or if he wanted to, stay in the shadows and the wings. But
Yeah,
I
right.
said, dude, you want to sit on the show? Because anybody who comes here to visit, I kind of make them sit at the
That's how we got
Yeah,
Norris.
right.
Right,
Round
Norris?
table.
Right, Norris?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Norris
That's
came
it,
for a
right.
visit. Norris, sit down at the
He's like,
table.
I'm a
We're sitting
victim,
at
man.
the table, man.
Coffee heard that Tim wasn't going to be here, and he's like, well, shit, I'm going to sit down at the table then.
It's like being a straight
You can use a
dog.
microphone.
That's okay. The old guy is new. Give him a break. He doesn't necessarily
It's like
remember
being
all the
a straight
time.
dog.
Put your pants back on.
That was awesome.
All right. So Kelly's back. Kelly, what's been going
Hey,
on?
Kelly.
Kelly,
You're
in
here.
the house.
Kelly girl, what you been up to?
A lot.
Easy.
I've been breaking down and reading some documents
Okay.
and doing some searches and
Ooh, documents. I
This
like
is what I'm
documents.
interested in.
Document searches.
writing some things.
Anything you want to break?
Nope.
On the
Not
show
yet.
yet, but you're working on
Oh,
something.
Not yet.
Oh, you're gonna
Oh,
tease
but
us.
I will tease, really big tease.
Okay.
Somebody
That's what they all say.
is getting ready to do the paperwork to file to run for office.
Mm.
Ooh,
Oh.
somebody is
Some-
Somebody is
Somebody
getting
is
ready.
getting
That narrows it down.
That narrows it way down.
Yeah.
Somebody
Somebody
once
at
told me
this
that they're
table-
gonna run for
Is that
office.
better? At this table is getting ready to file some paperwork.
That narrows it down.
Oh.
I know
Will,
a lot.
will
For
that
office.
somebody make official announcements on this show before going anywhere?
What?
Should
Once the
Jason
intent-
Wolford be worried?
So once the intent is documented,
Yeah.
the announcement will be made.
Okay.
An announcement.
But the
will be
decision
made.
has been made.
It's very
So,
nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
We like decisions.
Pretty excited.
Decisions.
Coffee for president.
Yes.
Coffee for president.
Coffee.
No,
It's Obama.
I didn't know Chris.
That's what Cat Respecter said. It's Obama.
I didn't know Chris was running.
Osama.
I mean, geez.
Oh, Obama.
Is it test tube, baby?
I want to read it.
It's mine. And it's this damn pack.
And that's a real song.
You know what? I'm gonna put it right here on the
Obama
table.
is a test tube, baby.
Is it really?
It's a real song.
I've seen some.
It goes, Barack
I've seen some
Obama
shit.
is a test tube, baby.
Is that like a play on the other one?
It's a
Just
legit.
having my baby.
Yes, kind of. And it's about Barack Obama being a test tube.
Barack Obama.
I'm
You
not
mean-
saying it's
you
the
mean Barry-
truth. I'm
Barry
just saying
Soetoro?
there's a song.
Are we talking about Barry Soetoro?
You can Google it.
Barry Soetoro? Barack Obama?
Yep.
When Michael and I like to go to the beach,
Michael and I.
we like to go to the beach and just let it all hang out. That's what we do. And the beach hasn't flooded yet, even though global warming is going to flood everything. But I'm going to buy a house
But I
foot
keep buying
above,
houses on them.
foot above sea level, and I'll make sure that we're
Or in
taxing the
Hawaii.
hell out of you.
Or in
And
Hawaii.
Barry at 23,000 pound.
I ran a
Propane
campaign of
tank.
hope and change, and I hope when I'm done, you have a little bit of change. So you don't
And
lynch me.
never
No,
mind my
everybody wants
cook
half
drowning in the lake.
Right?
I mean, in the water.
But we were
Yeah.
at home, but we were.
Yeah.
We weren't home, but we were. But he's our chef. Probably overheard a few things in the
Yeah.
kitchen, and he's a
Blug.
great swimmer, according to the other staff who've come up missing.
It's a conspiracy theory.
It's a total conspiracy. All right. Do we want to talk about the bridge,
Yes.
planet fatness,
I think
or
it's
heartless schools?
Oh.
All right. Let's deal with everybody groaned the worst on Heartland School. So let's get this out of the way.
Okay.
There's a rumor going around right now in the Heartland School District, or the blogosphere out there, that somebody brought a weapon into the school board meeting.
There's no evidence.
There's no evidence.
Proof?
None.
There's no evidence.
No proof, no evidence.
But the lefties who are listening
What are
tonight,
Oh, that was Karen.
What are they implying with that?
Oh, that was
statement?
they're
Karen.
saying we
That
can't
was
believe that they would
Karen.
bring a weapon into the school board meeting. Do you have
Wait.
proof that there was a weapon
no.
brought in?
What's the police report say?
Oh, there's no police
Karen.
report.
Wait, there's no actual official
So they're just
report.
making up shit.
They're making shit up.
That was Karen.
Like
mean like-
swastikas in
you mean like
the.
Oh, by the
Democrats
way, I
always do?
sent you to your Facebook Messenger
Yeah.
a copy of their hit list.
Oh, they got a hit list?
Yeah, they have the
Let's see what this looks like.
the
No.
Saggies have a hit list.
To
Am
their
I on it?
defense with the swastika
No.
thing,
It's-
there were swastikas painted on the road.
The one
By
with
the-
However,
by
was-
the
the
woman-
swastikas were saying, you guys are like freaking Nazis. That's
Correct.
what the sayings were, but they took it and spun it and made it something that it
Yeah.
was.
They lied.
Wait,
That would never
they
happen.
spun it?
That would never happen.
I don't.
Okay, now I sent you 3
No
pictures.
way.
Oh my
Go-
Lord.
Yeah, go past
You
that
mean
one.
redirect
That's not it.
Did you
Okay.
send those
That's not
before
it
the
either.
show?
Go to the next one.
Well, there's no next one.
You should have 3.
What do you mean
Those are the
hit
first.
list?
There you go.
There you go.
The saggy hit list.
Is it?
They
it
put a hit
Wow.
list out on their group.
I thought you were
Stand
saying
against
saggy.
it.
sagging nasty? Where am I at?
You didn't make the list.
You didn't make the
Fuck.
list? Oh, you got to
Well,
try
did I
hard.
make the list?
Come on, man.
Who is Barbie
You
Barb?
people suck.
Bible Barb.
Yes.
Norris, am I on the list?
Wow. Larry, you're
No,
on the
you're not
list.
Yeah.
Christina Like
Larry-
made number 1.
Larry didn't even make this.
Larry's
Larry's
pissed
on the
because he
list.
was
He's at the
not.
bottom.
Yeah, but Larry's pissed because he's not.
Number
He's
1.
not even in
number
the
one.
top 10.
He's not even top 10.
Well,
dude.
actually, I think that
So
is
so
that
what-
hit
what-
list.
What
That
is
hit
this? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that hit list was made for how it looks to me in the order of how we spoke at the school board meeting.
So
Tim,
so
I
this,
was
this is what I find interesting about their list.
trying to figure out if my buttons are working.
They keep saying has no
Mhm.
kids in the school. What the fuck they got to do anything?
Because that's been what people have said about them
Right,
when they go to the
right.
school board meetings and they go, we don't want you to. And then during the masking
read
time
that.
frame, when they were like,
I know, I was
let's
trying to
segregate
enlarge
the
it.
children according to mask, let's segregate the children according to vaccine, those same people are the ones sitting there saying, this person's not a parent, that person's not a
I don't
parent, when
care.
they weren't
I'm a
parents
taxpayer,
then.
so
I
it doesn't
know.
matter.
So here-
Exactly.
But here's the thing about the gun, and I want to draw this distinction for the lefties out there and make it real clear for you because you tend to have a little bit of, I don't know, maybe your skull's a little thicker. I would call that density.
Brains are smaller.
But you want to sit there and say that somebody might have showed up, maybe possibly, if we can insinuate something. I saw a bulge in their back of their coat. Somehow that probably was something there and didn't alert the authorities. There's literally a sheriff's deputy that is at every meeting. And the reason they're there is because of
That
you,
sheriff deputy was sitting.
Amber Fry.
That sheriff deputy was sitting exactly about 8 feet to the right of Green Teeth, Meatball.
Correct.
Meatball.
Because of her.
I don't know about her. but
Oh, no.
Well, I
the
know
one,
for-
the one that mentioned guns is I can
different
bring it
one.
up, is Karen.
So
you
here's-
there, Karen?
So here's the point. The other statement that was made, and I give the disclaimer so people don't get offended, but I was slightly offended by this. Why is there such a big deal about boys being in the girls' bathroom if they identify? Has anybody been raped?
Okay.
So we have
So-
to wait
Oh,
till
so
it
we have to
gets
wait
that
till they get
point.
raped. So I said, okay, why are you freaking out about somebody carrying a concealed weapon lawfully in the building?
Has there
Has
been a
anybody been
shooting?
shot?
Mhm.
Well, then shut the fuck up.
Well, my thing is okay. I'm going to come and stand in your bathroom. No, I don't want to. Maybe I would take that. Sorry.
Let me.
Don't be creepy.
Let me say, guys, come and stand in your bathroom. Then I don't see you volunteering to have a guy in your bathroom.
No.
Can I
You
read
know,
you the
you're
exact
picking hypocrites.
quote?
Give me the exact
The
quote.
exact quote about the guns came from Karen.
Karen, who shall not be named.
Karen. She changed her profile, little profile picture thing to a bunny because of Easter, but it's cute, Karen.
How about
She writes after they're just talking about the school, she goes, the fact that guns are being brought into a gun-free zone
What's
at
the
any
fact?
time,
bullshit?
Where's the fact?
but especially during these times of heightened anger, is wrong and possibly dangerous.
So
Red flag
Wait, hold on.
laws.
Hold on. Is it time for metal detectors at the entrance of the boardroom?
Oh.
I am a responsible gun owner, and guns,
yeah, right.
and guns have no place in a board of education
Ooh,
meeting.
what the hell
Thank
is
you,
that?
Karen.
God, that was fucking ugly.
All right, so
That's who said this.
No,
Yeah.
wait, no, wait, no.
It's
let me
troll.
see.
It's troll.
Oh, that's fucking
Oh,
ugly.
fish face.
this is why we don't
Catch
post
and
those.
release.
I don't, dude. I've told you before. I don't want to fucking see
That
that.
image is like, ugh.
Um,
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
His sister took that picture.
My sister took this picture.
Get rid
His
of it.
sister got that
That's
picture.
a good one to keep on the back
Well,
burner.
I mean,
that's birth
That's
control.
birth control.
she pronounces it birth.
Birth control.
That's birth control, yo.
Birth control. Legit. That is
This
birth
episode
control.
is brought to you by Meow Mix.
Birth control.
Actually, I sent you a video that was sent to me to air since we're talking about.
Yeah, well,
this.
I'm having trouble with my buttons right now, Larry. So I'm going to ask you to be patient with me because apparently I'm not.
So I want to say two things.
What's up?
about this gun thing.
So what's
I want to say two things about the gun thing in the school.
yeah.
I happen to know for a fact there is a sheriff that has children in those schools and was attending, and sheriffs are supposed to carry all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
So there's that. I know for a fact. And how ignorant are we that we don't believe that there are police officers living in our area with children in our schools? I happen to have two neighbors that are police officers and have children in the schools. And they are expected to carry at all times. So when we make comments like that, we're showing our ignorance.
Yep.
Well,
They're
liberals
showing their
have
ignorance.
lots of ignorance to show.
I'm being kind
Yes.
and saying we are showing our ignorance.
Yes.
Well,
people.
I think we should quit because I've christened
Why
a
should
few.
we be kind to the animals?
We have
Because Jesus taught me that I need to love everyone.
Well, you can love them.
And I
but
can
you
be
love them, call
righteously
them
indignant
out.
when I need to be, which I just did, in a kind, loving manner.
Who are you and what did you do with the Kelly?
I
on
love.
the
Yeah.
I am
love.
working on myself right now.
I appreciate that, Kel.
I'm working on
I
myself.
love all types of creatures, like
Lots of
like
work to go.
I know.
Yeah.
like
I like creatures too, next to my mashed potatoes. but-
you know what I like. I love like lions and tigers and bears,
Oh
but
my.
they need to stay behind the fucking fence at the zoo.
Well, I mean, it's the simple fact. is the
They'll
simple
cut that and
fact.
say that they compared us to bears and lions and tigers.
They
And said we
wish.
need to
But
be
they,
behind the
Yeah,
fence.
they wish.
but they identify as that, so why can't we?
I
That's
would
what
like
they
to.
want.
I could
I have.
that motor road
In
cockroaches
case you don't
and,
know what we're
rats,
talking
but-
about, Christopher, there is a young man that is running for office in Heartland. He's running for commissioner. He wears a leather skirt and a halter top or like a mini top and cat ears and identifies as a female cat.
This is like a commonplace
Girl.
occurrence for this individual.
Yeah, that's daily.
Yes.
That's interesting.
I like what some of our commenters are saying, and I understand what you're saying, Mr. Respecter, Mr. Cat of the Respect. That us commenting on it, but here's the thing: we're not responding like from a place of feeling actually attacked. We think they're funny as hell. We think they're retarded. So, anyways, I do agree.
He said it too. Retarded.
Yeah. I like what Posberg says. Guns have a place everywhere citizens goes. I agree 100%.
Does the Constitution mention anything about?
Well,
you
Larry, you're
can't
the expert.
carry?
You read that
That's
every
not what the
week.
Second Amendment
It says the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
except in a school.
Oh, no.
No.
Hey,
Oh, except where liberals say.
Yeah.
move that over
Except
there.
for-
You're ruining my. I'm giving free advertising.
Can you get on your microphone when you're doing shit?
No, I don't want people to hear me chewing out Larry. He's sensitive.
Well, everybody else's mic is picking it up, so you might as well just fucking talk. Like,
Larry, move your computer.
Crazy Town says
No,
you
it's
need
great.
to stop with Karen.
Won't go any
I know.
further.
I love it.
Thinking Somebody's name.
Karen.
Karen.
I
Okay.
agree. I don't like it.
I heard
either.
that
I know
today.
some
It's
really
like, you
great
know what? We need to
Karens.
stop doing the
I
yeah.
know.
Karen.
In fact, I'll give a shout out to our local Home Depot, our store manager there. Her name is Karen. She's
I love
awesome.
my Karens in
Yeah,
my life.
she's awesome.
They're great.
But I have
So
one time in my life, I did meet an actual Karen named Karen.
I have a
She was a,
Karen.
I have a
The
new
architect.
cousin. Her name is Karen.
oh my God, Larry.
We're going to be learning about his new family members. We just need to
Larry,
accept this
Larry,
as he goes through his
Um,
process.
I'm gonna ask the chat to make sure to implore you to get a fucking flow chart now.
The family tree.
You need
I
a
think it's-
family tree went from this to this.
I think it's
overnight.
it's more like a family spreading vine that just keeps growing across the lawn, and you're like, holy shit, how far is this gonna go?
Breeders.
Just dude, we're flowering over here. Now we're flowering over there.
I'm telling my sister and you.
There's a
You know what? And that would
You
be
have one now, and
intimidating
you
if
have that
she was,
luxury.
like not one of my most favorite people in the world, and actually it might still be intimidating because she is a little spitfire.
She's awesome. All right, so the whole thing about the schools, it's just going to keep going back and forth.
This is going to be a never-ending battle.
Yeah, it's going to be a never bet because you got lefties that want boys and girls locker rooms, bathrooms,
Showers.
but they freak out if they think or they lie and insinuate somebody had a gun. A law-abiding citizen who is not doing anything
Karen.
while the vast majority of the last 2 years of school shootings have been done by trans people.
Exactly.
Six.
So-
Six, as a matter of fact. The last
Six.
6 school shootings, all 6 were by trans
We're trans.
children.
And unfortunately, we're trying to track this down. So at this point, hasn't been confirmed.
Thank you. That's
But the person that we broke the story about last week on the show, having committed suicide at our local firing range next to us,
oh yeah. what happened?
we don't know for sure, but there is some speculation that there may have been some deep-seated.
That has not been.
It hasn't been confirmed, but we're hearing some pretty substantial rumors that there was some gender dysphoria.
Oh.
And
Well,
so
it's
here's the
interesting
problem:
because there is zero evidence to support that gender transitions reduce the suicide rate.
Actually,
if anything,
increases
it
it.
increases it.
it increases it.
Oh.
I saw a video today, and I can't remember if one of you guys sent it to me. It was a great one, but it was
Wasn't
it was
American.
it was a little girl that let me see if I can find it real quick. Anyways, it was a little girl. She comes up to the counter and she says, "I'd like to get this," and he says, "No, you can't have that.
I sent it.
You're not on." Did you send me that one?
I think so. I'll take credit. Yeah.
It's probably
God, Larry, stop sending that shit.
Oh my God.
Realistically, I think the simple fact is we need to stop gendering everything
Exactly.
to the point of ridiculousness, and that kids under the age of,
They don't care.
but
You've
we
talked
need
about-
to do
Well,
this.
But
Here's-
you've talked
I'm not
about being a
seeing that.
tomboy.
Mhm.
If you'd have been targeted by
I
these
totally
fucking
would've
people,
transed. Yeah, I totally would have.
Hell, everybody would be trans if they were targeted by these freaks.
Mhm.
Wait a second. She left the lid on the toilet. Never
I
mind.
know which one you're talking about.
Kelly left the lid up. Did you send it to me?
I'm pretty sure I sent it to you.
I
Okay,
only left the lid up because
Where
it
did
was
I
up when
see
I
it?
went in
Before that,
there.
It's
that one right here.
I
All right,
just
we're gonna
saw
try to
something
play
today
this one. Let
about
me see if
this.
my audio is
Crap.
correct. I'm
Let's
hoping
see
this
that.
one works.
There
Tim,
it
do I
is.
have the table feed
I lost the link.
or the wall
Oh,
feed?
here it is.
Yes.
Let's see if this one works.
That's a good one. That was sent to me by somebody.
Do I
Chinese
have?
symbol that I saw.
Oh,
We're
I hear-
definitely
I
going to
hear
need your
something.
parents to come
You gonna
sign
see it?
off on it.
It's my body, my choice.
You're 14. Take it from me. You're going to regret it one day.
All right. Can I just
We hear
buy
it.
some of those
We don't
Hold
cigarettes?
see
on,
it.
my
No
buttons
way.
aren't working over
Smoking
here for
is so
some
bad
fucking
for you.
reason.
How about a beer?
No,
A vape pen?
no,
A lighter?
not in this state.
Can I
All right, I'm gonna
I
redo
used to
it.
play chess when I was in the army. I
I
played.
loved him. He
Stop.
said
like a
one
tattoo
wrong
of
word.
this really awesome Chinese symbol that I saw?
We're definitely going to need your parents to come sign off on it.
It's my body, my choice.
You're 14. Take it from me. You're going to regret it one day.
All right. Can I just buy some of those cigarettes?
No way. Smoking is so bad for you.
How about a beer?
No,
A vape pen?
no,
A lighter?
not in this state.
Can I
No,
rent a
it
car?
doesn't
Sorry.
sound-
Bottled cough syrup?
What are you, drunk?
Fireworks?
You might blow yourself up.
That Ruger GP100 and a box of 38 specials?
You might shoot your eye out.
Can I just, I don't know, like get an irreversible gender surgery?
No problem. We'll get
That's
started
about right.
right away.
Oh, cool. I don't need my parents' permission.
Of course not. What if they're not affirming?
Like a tattoo of this
Yeah.
really awesome Chinese symbol that I
So-
saw.
We're definitely going to need
So this
your
was an
parents.
article I was reading today too. But one of the testimonies of about gender affirming care,
Yeah.
I would call it gender disaffirming care actually, but Finland's leading psychiatrist, I'm not going to try to pronounce her name.
Yeah,
Whack job.
Finland.
Just say whack
No,
job.
no, she's
Oh, she's good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
told her government that the
So-
vast majority of kids will grow out of the delusion
Yes.
that their
Absolutely.
gender is sex are
Yes.
misguided.
Well,
Absolutely.
I will say this. I mean, we've had this discussion on the show before. The amount of children that have been abused in some way, shape, or form sexually is astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
And children that come from an abused background tend to have dysphoric issues.
Mhm.
Personally, I would have preferred to have been a boy when I was a little girl because it was easier to be a boy.
Well, you stand up to Pete. It's not, I mean, we get
Well, I mean, there were a lot of things that factored into that, but that was until I was 13,
Okay.
14, and then finally I started liking girly things. But it was one of those things where I would have preferred to be a boy. And then when I was 13, 14, liking girly things, I was still into cars and getting greasy and working in the pits of the auto shop and doing all the same things I was doing prior to realizing I like girl things and I like boys.
Full disclaimer for any of the men out there: Kelly is happily married, has 2 kids.
2.
Okay, so don't get excited about her talking about getting greasy and working on engines, because there are a lot of men out there who go, a chick who wants to work on cars, what's her number?
It's been a long time, but yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know if you remember a week or two ago, there was that whole controversy about the girl in Alabama, right? She was being criticized by some nut job.
Oh, right, yeah.
Syria,
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of videos on her. She's like, because I like, she likes to shoot guns and she likes to go out there and have a good
She
and
works on houses and doing all kinds of stuff. It's like, but
she's a badass.
Pretty damn hot.
Oh wait,
too.
is this the one that was noodling?
noodling.
Yes,
She was noodling.
noodling.
I used to lay carpet. I did all sorts of stuff. Well, I know that was the wrong term to use in front of you.
I just put out the fucking disclaimer.
It was your face. It was your face.
I didn't. It's my face.
Let's say you're munching carpet. We're
No,
okay.
but that was the I mean, it's what I
Kelli-
like to do. I was a tomboy. I didn't like to wear dresses. I was forced into ballet for years. I did not enjoy those
Real
things.
quick, my
well-
youngest daughter, like one day, she was just so tomboyish, helped me with puppies being born, just get dirty, hat on sideways, and then one day, I don't know if it was
Like that.
14,
She's
15
done
or
with
whatever,
you.
she was all dolled up, and I'm like, oh,
Yep.
shit.
Lost her.
You thought you escaped.
I thought
Yeah.
it was good.
I think my dad did that when I got
Oh, yeah.
my first glamour
Yep.
shots done. My mom took me to glamour shots at the mall up in Traverse City. And my dad was like, "Oh no!"
Or one Cosmo magazine, and they're just
Yep.
they're in heels.
Amazing.
What are you looking at?
Dude, I'm trying to get my keyboard to start while you guys are talking.
But
So I just do that with-
realistically,
Some technical.
personally, for me, I was forced into pageants and
problem with,
dancing for years and years and
non-wired
years, which is very
equipment.
early.
Oh, really?
And I
Yeah,
think that's part of the reason why
I'm
I
gonna mess with this.
completely opposite. Yeah, and rejected it. And when I was in high school, I was the first girl to try out for wrestling. And
Really?
I
That's
tried out
awesome.
for wrestling.
Nice.
This is out in Colorado.
Wrestling.
And
Nice.
he said, if you can get 4 of your friends to do it with you, you're in. And I got 4 of my girlfriends. They all dropped out because of hell weight. But I did it, and I didn't get to wrestle anybody because back then boys did not want to wrestle girls, which I completely get
Well,
now that I'm an adult woman who can reflect on that. But back then I was like, F you, and F you.
Wait. How old?
I was 90.
How old are you?
How old was
When
I?
you were the wrestling thing.
16.
Oh, are you kidding me? No regular male 16-year-old would want to wrestle a lovely gal at 16 because there's going to be something showing through his little. No, there's rubbing up against a girl is a whole
I will
different
tell
thing than
you.
your wrestling partner.
I go to the wrestling matches now.
Either that or he's going for the feels.
Oh,
Yeah.
but still, he's going to get a little chubby going, and then he's going to get a nickname.
Okay. In
You started
reality though, I go to the wrestling matches now and I watch these girls and I'm so freaking proud because they are the way
trying to wait for
we
someone
have
to
one
finish.
girl. She is she's like this big beast. And I went to this one tournament over the winter. This one girl, she controlled him standing. She never went to floor. She controlled him standing. She flipped this boy on his back, put her like leg down, held him by his leg and his arm, and pinned him.
He will never.
He'll never live
get
that
away
down.
from that ever.
It was amazing.
He could move out of
Yeah,
state and somebody will put that on TikTok or something.
Wait, you got beat by a girl?
Yeah.
No, but they're in the same weight
Well,
class.
I mean, but I mean,
physically, when you're in your 90 pounds,
what is the alternative though?
You know,
What?
You get
Yeah.
beat by a girl or you beat a girl. Either way, it doesn't look good. You're
Yeah,
gonna
you're
lose
gonna
either way.
lose. Screwed.
Yeah.
I just love watching how it all is going right now. So, and I feel like I was part of that.
Well,
So,
and I think we. How about Riley Gaines filing the Title IX?
right.
Like it.
Right. I would vote
12 others.
against intergender sports at every age.
Well, you know
Absolutely.
what? And that's why I'm glad they have the
Period.
ability for females, biological females,
Yeah.
to have their own, because it would have been nice if I could have just joined a team and not had to
Yeah.
worry about the extension of that.
Let me give you one example. A sub 15-year-old male is put in a position. I mean, even like as young as say 8, which I've seen these leagues. I've watched wrestling league. I was a football coach, so I see what's going on. Is put in a position to act out aggressively to a female.
Mhm.
And the developing mind, is being told, it's okay to physically dominate this female.
Yeah.
And that in a
That's
developing mind,
Not a good idea.
you nurture a wife beater. You just do. You just
Right.
do. That's just what it's
you.
doing.
I mean, we were all
Yeah,
taught,
period.
no matter what,
Yeah,
you
You
don't
never
hit the
raise
girl.
a hand to
You
her.
never hit the
No.
girl.
Absolutely.
And
Unless she says that one thing, that one
Nope.
time. Nope.
nope.
I've always
I've
said
been
you have
slapped
every
in-
right to
15th time.
restrain.
The
You have
most I've
every
ever
right
done
to
is
restrain.
after being slapped several times, I put a lady in a cradle hold.
That's what I'm saying. You have every right to restrain.
I was
'cause
like,
the females
right,
nowadays,
You're gonna calm the
come
fuck
out
down
scratching.
before I let you go.
Yeah.
Restraint
You're gonna
assault is
hurt me. And I'm
substantially
like,
different.
you just
Absolutely.
slapped me in the
Substantially
face multiple times.
Yeah.
You're not gonna slap me until you calm the fuck down.
Did you guys see the gal that was being carried out of the
And then you can
baseball
slap
game?
me.
You guys see the gal that was being carried out of the baseball game on the shoulders of security?
No.
Yeah, there's, and she was drunk, and she literally
That'll do it.
backhanded the top of some big black guy's bald head, and she was knocked the fuck out. He just reached up, pop, and she was gone.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Yep.
All right. So
Is the keyboard working?
the keyboard is working
Nice,
finally.
nice.
Are we done with the
I had to
freaks?
reiterate. Yeah, we're done with the freaks. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's get off.
Let's move on to planet fatness. Oh no,
No,
we're done with
right
the,
back on
we're
it.
done with the freaks.
I'm with the freaks.
Let's talk about the bridge. We had this bridge collapsing. Tim, did you
You
mess
mean
with any
the
footage or anything like
scheduled
that?
demolition?
No, I have not, and I reject its
no.
conspiracy theory that it was done on purpose.
It's-
We watched
Well,
I
Tim.
what's
watched it
going on?
over
Why?
and over and over and
All right.
over.
You can see the charges
No,
go
there are no
off.
charges.
no,
the bridge,
no,
they got hit by a
bullshit.
boat.
So,
It's gonna take it out.
all right, here's the thing. I
You don't
will
need a
give
permit.
you this. One, Tim and I watched it multiple times. He was rewinding it this morning. The boat severely turns
Mhm.
towards the
When it loses power.
the power, right?
Three
But I've
times
since
it loses power.
watched it. Okay.
Mhm.
When they did, and here's one of the things I heard today. When they declare an emergency, that's when you see the deck lights on. That is the emergency lights for evacuation going on.
Mhm.
So when it's all lit up, that's actually the emergency system kicking on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When it goes back dark, there's you have to watch it real close, but there's very few running lights when they're running at that time of night, just enough to signal that there's a vessel there.
Mhm.
So when we say that it lost power, it did, but when we're seeing it lit up and thinking that, and then it goes dark, that's literally the emergency system kicking on and off. And the main deck lights, you have to watch it real close, that are staying on. I find it suspicious that the boat turned so sharply in such
I
a short
have
time.
an answer for that real quick. If you would notice at that time, the heavy smoke coming out of the vehicle, right? The
Yes.
boat, heavy smoke.
See,
They are freaking hitting like reverse, real like now
No.
in full speed,
They
like
weren't.
reverse.
They
And
weren't.
it-
Because they were out of power. They couldn't hit
They
it.
weren't. There
But-
was no reverse. That thing hit. I don't know the knots conversion, but that thing was going.
It said 8 knots. 8 knots takes 1 mile to stop
Yeah, well, not
without
but
without
the
without
sheer
propulsion.
Yeah.
the
But what
sheer
Coffee's saying-
tonnage.
What I'm saying is you can see when that smoke bills out. I can just see however you run.
They had no control.
That they're going
Oh,
like,
shit, oh,
let's,
shit,
oh
yeah,
shit. And when
yeah,
you hit
yeah.
it in reverse,
No.
and if your steering wheel is turned in a car or whatever,
Yeah.
it's you know what I'm saying?
You turn it that direction.
And they did have enough time
So what
ahead
you're
of it.
saying is no matter what, they were going to hit the iceberg.
Well, no, you can see it turn very sharply. I think they lost power to one side of the vessel.
That's probably what
Just
it
to
is.
one side.
And because it turns so sharply that your bow thrusters are turning it right in. But either way, if you notice, Tim and I, what was it, about 4 minutes you calculated, Tim?
Basically, yeah, it was about a 4-minute window
Where was
between
the
the
ship
last two.
from?
Shut up, Larry.
Okay.
It was
so-
about 4-minute window. 4-minute window between the last vehicles that went across, and it hitting, and it hit with such impact. I hear what Kelly's saying. It looks like charges. The amount of tonnage that was
You don't
striking
need
that
Yeah,
Oh,
that weight,
pillar,
no way.
it
just-
wasn't stopping.
Yeah.
it was
Is
not
there a
stopping.
video
it.
of this? Can we watch it?
there's video. So see if we can pull the
Did
video,
you get
Tim.
the
If we
ones
can
I
do it.
just sent
Jamie,
you?
pull that up.
Did you pull
I
that?
sent you ones where it shows first person view of somebody sitting
Facebook?
at the edge of the bridge. No, I sent it to via text message.
This is exactly what you were talking
Has to
about
be
earlier.
Facebook.
And when you're looking
what
at
the
it
hell,
from that
Coffee?
person, you watch it. You watch the explosion. It's
Right.
like literal fire right at the edge of the bridge when it falls off.
Right, but if
Well,
you
yeah,
see
because
what
it's
I saw,
sparking and
I
everything.
so
know
they
what you're
showed me.
talking about,
They
yeah.
showed where it was like there was somebody called in. They said, "Look, it goes boom, 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 boom,
Uh-huh.
like this." That's the electrical lines being severed.
Yes,
They
yes.
have break points for
Uh,
a situation
there's
like
also
that
utility
where they
lines going
would
across there.
they have joints. They have joint boxes
Uh-huh.
and,
where the lines connect that are designed to sever themselves. So when you're seeing those explode, I'm with you, wanting to see something.
Uh-huh.
it's not-
And once they explained it, I was like,
But
Oh,
but
okay.
you don't need to see anything because that amount of
That makes
mass
sense.
hitting that pylon is
Yeah.
going to take it out.
And
I
the
know, but-
design,
So-
and the design on the BBC report, the design of the bridge, the way that bridge is designed is to disperse the load across the pylons. When you take one out, the way it falls apart, it's just that's the way that bridge is supposed to fall apart when it falls apart.
Well, I'm
Right.
saying, but you take when you take one of those supports
Yeah,
out, it's
yeah,
done.
it's
There's nothing
done.
you can do
It's
with
done.
it.
the
About it.
designing engineering dynamic of that is if the bridge is incapacitated, they don't want the structure to remain intact so that it could so that
Red
the worst
flag.
thing the
Red
worst thing
flag
that you
from
want to
Kelly.
have when the structure is
Red flag from Kelly.
I know, but the worst thing that you want when a structure is compromised is for it to remain intact, because then it's very dangerous to try to then get somebody out there,
I read
put charges on it.
He
do that.
doesn't know the rules. He
What do you got,
doesn't know
Kelly?
the
What do you
rules.
got?
I
What
was
are you
staying
thinking?
quiet till he finished his words.
I had to get him out.
I know. All I'm saying is Singaporean ship with Ukrainian drivers.
I know.
All I'm saying
No.
is container ships. All I'm saying is
No.
babies.
Again,
All I'm saying
they
is
hit it.
All
Why
I'm
do they
saying
need
is
to
they,
blow it
they
up?
were Baltimore pilots.
because
They were
what is it?
Baltimore
What is a
pilots.
main
They were
throughway
Baltimore
for
pilots.
transportation
here,
from one
let's-
place
all right, let's-
to another? That's
let's-
kind of an important place.
Okay,
yeah,
they
so
were
let's-
Baltimore
let's balance
pilots,
it. Let's
Kelly.
balance it out. Let's balance it out. All right.
Baltimore pilots.
I can tell you that
I've
the
been to
bridge
that
breaking
port.
and popping and everything like that, the ship, you can see it. Here's the number one thing. And General Flynn was on Alex Jones today. He got him in special on there. And he said to me,
Indian crew.
this looks like a black swan event,
Mm-hmm.
that the ship was hijacked on purpose. And it only takes a moment in time to do everything else could be natural.
Mhm.
Hitting the bridge, natural. The boat steering, how did that happen? But either way, so the bridge
Can we
collapsing, all the
cyber
other
hack
stuff.
shipping containers.
Now, let me
Ships.
put in one point for you guys on what you're saying, because I'm agreeing. This is what it hit, right?
Microphone.
That ship, let's just say that's where it hit. Look at me, Jeremy. Look. Why the hell is that thing, I don't care if it's 2 miles out, even close to being centered on that big ass? Why
This guy
is,
uses hands.
do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you have to count.
What-
Can we get,
currents,
can we
though.
get,
But
Kelly, you
well, I'm
sent it
just
to me.
saying, it seemed like it was centered way back here. It wasn't over here and went this way. It seemed like it was right here, and they went like, "Uh-oh, we're screwed up," or whatever. Because wouldn't it be way over here?
Well, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying, but given the benefit, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. They at worst, at best case scenario, they probably overreacted. So they overcompensated and they probably steered it in the wrong
Well, but
direction.
my
If they
point
even
is,
had steering.
all I'm saying is, from when I saw it, it's like dead center, and then it's screwing up at the end. Why isn't it way over here and it screws up? You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Look
know.
at it. It's
Well,
like
It
that's
does
center,
go
we have
straight.
it
It
has
does
to
go
be
straight
over
forward.
on one side or the other.
I'm pulling up.
It
Like I
doesn't
say, but
seem like
y'all-
it's centered.
Why was it? You don't care if it's way back here. You're supposed to be over here.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you on that one.
But we
There's-
also have to add the current into the mix as well, right?
Right.
Yes.
There's
I
a lot
get
of
it, but you're-
happenstance that's just kind of different.
just-
That's
well,
all.
yeah,
I don't care if the bridge blew up or if
Well,
it fell apart. That's that.
All right, let's try.
I expect the same response for this as they got for East Palestine.
I don't know what you mean.
At East Palestine, that's
If
the
you
same
could-
response.
Oh,
It just seems to me that it should be on one side of the river or the other, and not directly in the
I
middle.
get it.
coming
I
up
get
on
it.
the center.
Tim, you got us over here. I'm gonna see if this is gonna work here, buddy.
is that the one that?
Larry, turn your mic off if you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry, what the fuck?
Yes.
What the fuck, Larry?
Look at Christopher's calling you out. I love you. All of a sudden, I hear crunch, crunch. I'm like, oh, nice, Larry. I'm trying to figure out if Larry's.
He doesn't know about my aversion, I guess, because I'm gonna hit him.
What, the chewing thing?
Like all them people in the
Okay,
booth
that's a
just
different
died.
view of it.
Who the hell was out at 1 a.m. in the morning?
I don't know,
I
but
didn't
that's
see
all
it.
right. Let's cut back because that was not what I was expecting.
That's
Uh,
a cool view, though.
That's a cool view. But all right,
Damn, dude.
the one just before that.
Why is it in? I don't care if it's 400 a half mile back.
Use your
Why is it in the
microphone.
center?
Well, I guess I can't tell from this view because I'm not sure how far, where he was before this
It
happened.
looks like
This is
he's
a little
on
bit of a
boat.
collage, so I'm hoping this.
No, I mean
Were there
no, he's on
casualties
land.
involved in this?
The
Yeah.
bridge.
6
Damn.
people died on the
You
bridge.
would
Damn.
think
The bridge
all
is
that
gone.
all that structure coming down would create waves.
Yeah,
Ah,
it might
Oh, I
have.
probably
No.
did.
Holy
there
hell.
was some, but not. This is not a heavy duty.
But I mean, but you remember, this is a bridge. This is not filled mass, right? It's open.
It's
It's
toothpick.
open
It's
structure.
it's
So-
yeah, it's a
It's-
toothpick.
yeah.
That
bridge coming
wasn't
in.
what I
Toothpicks in
said.
the ocean.
No,
Not what I saw.
you sent it to me, Kelly. I can't pull the text messages to there. I can only
Oh.
do like either email or.
Got it.
All right, let's see. I don't think this one is it either.
I'm looking at a number of different videos.
Okay, so if you see it,
Whoa.
so just
Oh.
before that hits, Tim and I watched it earlier this morning, and it
Damn.
literally, you see the ship coming at the bridge, and it veers right towards it. That's what's suspicious to me. Nothing else is suspicious. The
You know
bridge
what?
collapsing, the collision. Once it hit
What
it,
is
it's.
suspicious to me is it's a shipping container ship, and
I
P.
agree.
Diddy just got wrapped up, and both
I
his
agree.
sons got arrested, and his houses got taken
This
under
is-
siege for
No.
human trafficking.
I
and
agree.
we know they traffic
What?
through the
What?
shipping containers.
I know.
What are you talking about?
Yes,
Human trafficking.
I'm
P.
more.
Diddy just got wrapped up. He's in.
Well, that's just been going on for years. That's,
Well,
that's
it's
not a
about
secret.
damn time.
Well, you know,
somebody
there's
gets arrested
speculation
for
right
it.
now. Yeah, I agree.
Well, the
Took long enough.
speculation actually is Russia retaliation for the
Pipeline.
the mall shootings
What?
2
That
days
Russia
ago.
just did that.
That Russia did that because that cripples the economy for a
That
lot.
is our Suez Canal right there. 4 years ago this week, might I add.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Anyways, we'll have to wait for more information to come out.
I swear to God. I swear.
What?
Jesus, please.
That's the highlight of this podcast.
Norris,
right here,
this is
dude.
what I've been saying.
Dude, she's
for
turning on a
months.
dime. Like,
They need somebody
Wrong
to
girl.
calm this shit down.
We're gonna separate your ass.
I used to sit and say, "Hit him, Norris," and you wouldn't look at the board when
All right,
I'm.
let's.
We need her back.
I'm
Norris
so
doesn't give me. I have not
No.
turned this way yet.
All right, let's.
She's always picking on me.
Larry,
Don't eat in my ear.
you lend yourself to be picked on.
Be careful, you might tomorrow be as.
Do I have to separate you two?
Well, you notice that both of these guys do the same thing here, right?
The
I know.
weirdo.
You know, both of them do that. It's
Hey,
like,
that, you know what? They freak out if they don't have a paper to doodle on. They're like, "Where's my
I
paper?"
listen more intently when I
I
do
know, and I do not
That's fair.
I do not discount that in any way.
JoJo says Black Swan event. There will be more.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
oh, they're
ISIS,
gonna
you
try to
mean
make, but
the
the point is, this doesn't make them look good, though.
Right.
So
You
I don't
mean
know why they
the
would do
Israeli
Papa.
Secret Intelligence Service?
Kelly,
What?
it's not polite to
To say the
criticize.
whole name of the anagram? I don't want to say the anagram. Your mom
I
hates
can handle
those.
It is not polite to say the truth on the show.
But you know what? There's a disclaimer.
Cat Respecter has some.
Oh, that's right. What's Kat got to say?
Right there. All the ship's 22 Indian crew members and 2 pilots aboard have been accounted for, and there are no reports of any injuries, according to a statement from Dolly's owners and managers.
Yeah, for the crew. But there was so that's what I was saying before. They had enough time to radio ahead to the bridge to say they were out of
Mayday.
control, and they radioed a
They did
mayday.
do that.
And
And
yeah, I
they
saw
did
that.
shut down the bridge.
And they shut down the bridge for 4 minutes. Tim and I watched it. We counted it for 4 minutes as the ship's coming. They knew there was something wrong, and we saw the vehicles going across, and then they stopped. And then once they stopped, you still had the 6 people that are missing were the maintenance crew. You see their 4 vehicles up on the bridge, and those are the ones that got caught in it. Let's look at this. What is a black swan event? Tim, are you over there, buddy?
Was I supposed to hit him?
Click to the wall feed, please. A black swan event is a high impact event that is difficult to predict under normal circumstances, but that in retrospect appears to be inevitable. A black swan event is unexpected and therefore difficult to prepare for, but is often rationalized with the benefit of hindsight as having been unavoidable. So what General Flynn was saying, that he believes it was absolutely a black swan event, whether it was on purpose or not,
in my ear.
it is the purpose of calling it a black swan is everybody should have seen this coming, whether it was planned or not. The idea of a black swan event is that stuff's going to happen like this.
Tim, what are you doing?
Talking to people in their
We have-
ears.
he can't take it anymore.
Doing, it's driving me nuts. I'm looking at Norris. He's making eyes at me. Tim, stop.
We're talking about something very serious here, guys. Look at
All right, I'm trying to
Trying to educate.
Black Swan
needs to
event,
pick-
like what
So
just
what's the
happened in
context?
Moscow
Like,
at the
Speak
theater.
up, Tim.
Like what happened in Las Vegas during that concert. Like, let's keep going.
Well, what I was looking at was the
9/11.
fact that the black swan events we're going to have more things like
COVID.
this happening because we've neglected our infrastructure.
Mhm.
We have we're
East
sending
Palestine.
billions of dollars
East
to Ukraine. Whether East Palestine is a false flag or a terrorist event, to me is less important is the fact that the infrastructure is so bad right now that we're going to have these events. We're going to have these types of things. They're hiring, literally, they put out a thing that they're going to hire schizophrenics as pilots.
DEI crap.
And they're doing DEI crap of we got to have diversity, equity, and inclusion. But they're a fucking retard. I don't give a shit what ethnicity they are. They're a fucking retard, and you're going to hire them to what?
Yeah.
It's
For what reason? There's
difficult.
zero valid reason to do that.
Right.
That's my.
Did you
That's
break
where
it?
I'm at. Yes, I broke it. That's where I'm at.
So whether the jury's out on this, we do know many times that our government has staged things. We do know many times that we're
It's okay
vulnerable
not
to
to
stuff.
trust them.
It's okay, and we've been put into a heightened place of
You're actually insane if you trust them.
correct. So we're looking at a lot of times where
What
we
is he saying?
just ignore it.
Oh, he
He's
can't
talking to me.
stand it.
Why
you
are
were-
you whispering in your ear and I'm getting it over here and Norris and everybody's
Yeah, it's driving me nuts too.
See?
Just leave that shit out unless there's a video. Good God, how old are you?
It wasn't just me. Look around the table.
I mean,
It's like
That's all right.
it's like
I watched a multi-million-dollar.
hey, it's us.
I watched a multi. Oh my God.
You
What?
just saw a troll for the.
Why is
on
my
the phone.
fucking button not working now?
I don't know what's happening.
I just pushed the fucking dude.
What?
These fucking buttons.
Just
This show's out of hand.
We just went south.
Look at this.
Wait, so
Uh-huh.
No music
going on?
this morning. No music to start.
It's not morning.
Anyways,
I
listen.
had no music this morning.
I
in
have
my
watched.
truck and I
I've
was
watched
mad.
shows that are a couple $1 million shows. I've watched shows that are multi-million-dollar shows. Shows that are
What?
high-end shows
Those pussies.
have fucked up
pussies.
technology and all sorts of stuff.
My favorite when that one was like flipping people off and
Yeah.
they turned on the camera too soon.
Oh, right. One of the most iconic ones is Bill O'Reilly being recorded beforehand. He's like, and take us to, I don't know what it says. What does it say on the screen? What does that mean? What does that mean? To close this out. I don't know what that means.
What?
And do it again. Okay. So, and thank you for tuning in. And I don't know what that's. Fuck it. We'll do it in post. We'll do it live. We'll fucking do it live. You never heard that one?
No.
It's Bill O'Reilly freaking the fuck out. He's at a foreign news desk somewhere doing his show, but he's there doing other correspondence stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they have this teleprompter going, and he's like, the final closing words are like just a couple symbols, and he's like, what does this mean? I don't know. He's like, fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. And he freaks out, and he literally will go to Europe, and people walk up to him and recognize him and go, do it live, guy. Fuck it, do it live. And he's like, yes, that's me.
On what you were saying earlier, JoJo says, and all the food plants
Yeah.
that mysteriously caught on fire.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right.
And the accidental power outages all over the
So,
United States.
so we can be in our. So there's two ways to look at this. One, they're on purpose doing these things governmentally.
Yeah. I
Or-
I don't have that much.
Or
confidence they
they're
can-
doing
they're
these
confident.
things on purpose by not
Or
maintaining it
upgrading
and
yeah.
upgrading it. I mean, literally, our power plants are running off of not even Windows.
Yeah.
They're running off of the 1970s
But
computer
here's the
programs.
bigger problem. Our enemies are looking at this.
And they're
Are
exploiting. it.
seeing this.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
going to exploit
Well,
it.
they own
because
everything.
well, no, I'm not even that. I'm just talking about the fact that our response is so crappy.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
we are
own
not prepared.
everything.
Exactly.
We are not prepared. Our government is useless. They have
Because they're
no,
owned.
huh? I don't even they aren't owned. But they're incompetent.
And owned.
Well, you can say that.
Man,
whatever.
China
I say-
owns Joe
They don't
Biden.
have to be owned. They're just
China.
incompetent.
China.
Just all right, incompetent.
Yeah.
Our infrastructure is crap, and it's so many holes and vulnerabilities in it that it's wide open for the taking.
Absolutely.
Say, when China decides to make their move, they're going to
Yeah.
shut everything down. We're going to be screwed.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the storms last year that put me out of work for a couple of weeks when they kept consistently happening?
Yeah.
I was in trying to keep the place warm to keep the pipes from breaking
I remember.
with my little buddy heaters, and
Yep.
the guys would come in and use my toilet that were working on the power lines. The first time it went out, they came, I was there and one of them knocked and he's like, "Do you mind if I use it?" And I was like, "No, come on in."
Listen, I got
Everybody
a
had
turtle
no
head
power.
poking out. And
Right?
I need help.
That's exactly it. Yes. So they get the power back up and running. He comes in to say goodbye because I actually started a friendship with these guys.
I
There were a
used all
bunch
your
of them.
paper. You might want to replenish it.
I can't even finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
And
No, they fucking do it to me.
These
Go ahead.
guys
Kelly.
are nice as hell. So they're from Tennessee and Mississippi. All right. They're brought up from other states to work
Okay.
on the electrical grid in Dexter, Michigan. Basically, our transformers blew all through town during that storm.
Yeah.
Right. So they were there. The last day they come in and I was like, "So are you guys so excited you get to leave now because the power's on?" They're like, "Oh no, we're staying. There's another storm coming. We just patched it."
Right. Right.
That would have been last January,
Yeah.
February. Yeah.
Well, that was February.
February, yeah.
Read
I
what
remember that 'cause I was out for 9 days
get
straight.
your microphone. Read what Cat the Respecter said.
I was out for 2.5 weeks. It was awful. And I was doing people's hair in cold
water.
Cold.
All right, do that.
Cat Respecter says competency crisis, which is what you get when you have a third world crew and dumbed down maintenance workers on a giant vessel traveling over U.S.
You mean the Biden administration?
Right.
Completely.
Because they're all schooled in gender studies.
And he
outright.
says it's only going to get worse from here. And
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. But you're exactly right, Kelly. They don't. Well, it's like our roads right now. I mean, it took us an extra half an hour to get here because of slowing down.
What is there, like
driving across.
2,000 genders nowadays?
8, 9, 15.
2008?
I thought, yeah,
2.
exactly.
Oh, 2.
No,
well, I know there's
there are
2.
two sexes. There are no genders.
Listen, there's a tree and an axe wound. Okay, that's all we have.
Huh?
There's a tree and an axe wound. That's all there is.
You know what's funny?
Now it's in slots, like
This
I
is
said.
funny. So I was talking to my husband about getting this adapter for a propane tank, and he's like, "You just need the one that goes here, and then it's got this, and then it comes out here." I was like, "So we need a male to male adapter," and he goes, "We need a male to female on one side and a male to female on the other side that's facing the opposite direction."
So you need Siamese twins, females,
Siamese
and then
twins.
2 males on either side of that.
So
To
threesome.
well,
With
technically
the
a
big
foursome.
giant one in the middle.
Yes. Yes, but there's 2 female orifices, so I would say it has to be a foursome, but it's a Siamese foursome.
Because
So
the adapter on one end has a female.
good God.
See, and that's what it's like. That's what it's like.
Is this too much for you, Chris?
Oh no, I'm chilling. I'm just taking it all in.
Dude, he's like, holy shit.
Like, whatever,
I'm just
that's it,
taking
too.
it all in.
That's what it's like. If you were confused by all of that, that's exactly what it's like.
I'm just confused right now.
In general.
over everything.
That's because
I
you're
mean,
Air Force, not
Larry
Marines.
is
If
not
he
playing on the phone.
Smacks
He's
his
quiet.
mouth.
That's
one
because you
more
were Air
time.
Force,
He
not
hasn't-
Army.
Huh?
If you were Army, you would understand that. But you were Air Force, so you're a little bit higher.
Well, let's not get on.
He
You
was
know what they call
definitely
women
higher.
in the Air Force? It sucked.
What do they call women in the Air Force?
Air mattresses.
Really?
What do you wait? Now, see, this is
This is like
Is that fucked
That's
up?
right.
That's
Is
what we
that
got
fucked up or
called.
what?
I don't even.
Kelly
what-
serves.
What are you talking
That's
about?
what they called us. Air
Kelly
mattresses.
served.
No,
The
no,
Oh,
no.
now I get it.
The
Oh, you-
Marines called us air mattresses. I did not serve.
What, but
Okay,
your
wait a
family
minute.
did. Your
That's
family
it.
did. She was
I went through basic training, but I did not. No, I didn't.
but
stay
your family, you
Yes,
you
I
moved
was
around.
raised in the military.
Yeah.
In the army. But yeah, the Marines called us air mattresses.
That is not flattering.
No,
You know that.
I know.
Okay.
I thought that was
That's
the shittiest
that's
thing
the
in the
whole
world.
point.
To
I mean,
say.
did you ever say that?
No, I've never heard that. I wouldn't refer to.
I mean, you can talk in your
I
microphone.
would not refer to.
A woman as an air mattress.
No, they were. No,
That's what
I
they
would.
called
I
us.
wouldn't even.
Not even a liberal.
No.
Yeah.
Liberal.
No.
That's
Would
different.
you want
No,
to?
that even-
You know what else was really weird? Basic training. If your TI spit in your face, you had to tell them that they spit in your face so they could apologize to you. I was
See,
What?
one of the
You know,
very
it's-
first integrated flights. I was one of the
It's-
very
no,
first integrated
it's
flights.
real-
You spit in my face, sir.
Yeah. So
Really?
you spit
You
in my
know,
face.
when
and
we
they
had
were
the
supposed
vet
to
thing
apologize to you.
downstairs.
Wait. Was this when they were dressing you
This would have
down, or they
been-
were
When you're
addressing
in
you
formation.
if they spit while they were
Mhm,
talking, not
yeah.
literally hocked a lube?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, while
even
they're
back,
speaking.
whatever, when I was talking to vets and stuff, I was wondering how far back that was 2005 when the next door
Put it
neighbor
away,
kid
bro.
went into the Marines and came out and told me in the Marines back then they couldn't touch you or beat on you
They
or
couldn't.
whatever.
Yeah,
And I'm
flash
talking,
card.
oh my God.
This would have been back in the 90s when I was in basic
Yeah,
training.
no,
they couldn't.
no.
They couldn't touch you. They
And-
couldn't spit on you. They couldn't nothing.
No.
If they spit in
And
while
in
they
the-
were talking.
That was at the tail hook.
That well, I
No,
was.
we're talking 90s. In
This-
the 70s, the Air Force could beat the shit out of you. And in front of
And
the
I went
officers
through-
and stuff. And the Marine guy in 2005, this kid, he comes back and he wants to show me. He says, I asked him about basic. He goes, they couldn't even swear at us if there was an officer around. This was the Marines, not the Air Force.
Yeah.
Yes, they couldn't even
I
swear
think
at
we
them.
were the ones that brought it in. We were the first integrated flight, and so I was mixed in with guys. Where everything was with girls and guys together,
Yeah.
which was
That's a
not.
mistake.
We were one of the very first flights
Yeah,
to
that
do
was always
that.
a mistake.
And we're sitting, and I didn't say anything. This
Wait,
guy
you're in
said-
the same barracks?
We were in the same barracks. We ate formation together. We ate
Did you have
together.
separate
We had
rooms?
separate dormitory rooms. Yeah.
Check this out real
Well, yeah,
quick.
but they
Check
call-
this
they call
out real quick.
submarines.
Check this out real quick. In the early 80s, the second time I went in Germany, we were the first security specialist unit to get females. Within a few months,
No, this is
7 out of the 9
We're pregnant.
were pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you don't
geez.
put a girl and a boy, I don't care how ugly
On
they
a
are,
ship.
in a foxhole
All
out in the
that
woods
either.
by themselves or a listening post.
I
Guess
mean,
what's
fucking
going to
happens.
happen?
Yeah.
And they don't just replace them. So now you're down 7 out of your
Yeah.
flight.
They
Yeah.
you know, they
'Cause
say
you get in
shit
trouble
happens,
for
but
that
fuck
stuff.
happens.
Huh?
They say shit happens, but
Yeah.
fuck happens too.
We were the first ones to put them in a.
I know.
I mean, that's why some of these guys are claiming that they're women once they get incarcerated, so they end up at the women's
Oh
prison.
yeah, so
and
they
then-
can have a field day.
yeah, and of course these
Yeah.
homely
I was just trying
homely
to point out that it started
female-
in the
Well, that only
90s.
did change. They don't make you change now.
homely
They
female
were-
inmates.
You can go through the whole thing and the taxpayers will pay for it.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys aren't getting a change. They're going for the.
Well,
the
we
Right.
just
titties.
got a girl pregnant in jail just recently. I just
That
read an
was 2
article
women.
about it.
Larry wants to talk to you.
Tim, how are we coming on break, buddy? I know you're on the spot. Okay,
I don't think I can wait.
you need to go.
Yeah.
Kelly, you gotta.
Okay.
Only I know that, Bob.
I will.
Only I. It's inside joke.
What pack you on?
I just turned it off.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
need-
Tim's
we don't
working on the
want
break
that.
media.
That
He's
would be
back
bad.
after having a really good relaxation
Are we
time.
muted?
No, we're not muted. We're not on break yet.
I thought you were on break because they do want to go.
Who's got
Talk-
what?
Let me tell you, they do want to talk about what Larry was talking about, the aircraft and maybe possible people shipped to the.
We will be
Yes.
talking about
Yeah, when we
right
come.
after the
Wanna
break.
talk about-
Yeah.
We will be talking
I-
about planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yes, that's
We
what.
will.
Stay tuned, Bob.
So before we do that, I'll give you guys the definition, logical fallacy, verse, or quote of the night.
Yeah, I've
the
been waiting
the
for this
quote
one.
for this show is the ad hominem. It is an attack. You want to read it? Read it for me.
Sure.
Yeah, read it for me.
The definition of a logical fallacy: ad hominem an attack associated with trying to undermine the opponent's arguments
Oh yeah.
by personal attacks through attacking their character or skill level, etc.
So what Democrats do on a daily basis.
Correct. And what our lefty friends, when they tune in the show, they don't want to address the issue.
They
want
call
to
me old droopy balls.
Same.
I don't.
That was the very first. No, that was their attack on me.
I don't.
Very first thing.
How
Listen,
would they
Coffee,
know?
come on, listen. I don't think that's.
Because I saw pictures. She hasn't seen balls in a long time.
I don't think
Fuck.
that's a legitimate attack, as more of a descriptor. It's a
Are you trying
descriptor.
to say that's an observation?
Do you have old droopy balls?
Would you like to?
I'm just asking you. Do you have old droopy balls?
She's asking.
Microphone,
It doesn't matter.
fucker.
It
This is
doesn't
the
matter
ball.
if I tell you or not. You
No,
need to
I-
assert.
no, I'm
You
saying
have-
you
you
need to
diverse
Using you,
You want to
calling you old droopy balls, and
Right.
you actually have old droopy balls. Is that a slander?
Well, it depends
I'm
on
just
if it's
saying.
cold out or hot, like like
Depends on
Georgia
if there's an
coon dog,
insecurity there.
whether it's sagging way down or
I'm
like right now they're
saying.
kind of tight. They're tight.
Are they
They're
tight?
pretty tight right now.
Are they
Yeah.
tight right now? I'm not
Oh.
fucking feeling those nasty
See where the show
cojones.
goes? And this is look at Larry. He's such a gentleman.
Larry's like, this
Larry,
is fucked
this
up.
is not.
Let's devolve quickly.
The girl leaves, and now it's just
Larry's
oh,
still
yeah.
processing
Free for all.
he's still
His
processing
army's
all
jealous.
the family. He's
I
drawing.
hope my little sister isn't watching.
She is, because Lori fucking loves this show. Yeah, Lori. You know what? Lori was almost ready to come on the show, and she had her accident.
Yes.
And
Get her out.
Lori is, when I first met Lori, I was like, I'm standing in a line, standing here with Mike and Kristen, and Lori comes up, literally slapped me on the ass. She's like, "Nice jeans, fucker. Who are you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm Jeremy. I'm here. I'm a new delegate." She's like, "Oh, okay, yeah. Well, nice jeans. Way to dress up."
You
And then
you
I was
have
like,
to
holy
get
shit.
Lori on this show. She
She's awesome.
is.
Lori is
she's the
fucking
best.
awesome.
Lori, you're the best.
Yo, you gotta invite her, Larry.
Well, so Lori had an accident last summer,
Was the year before?
2 years
ago now.
Wow, it's been that long. And so she's still in quite a bit of rehabilitation. And
Yeah,
taking care of her dad.
she was off road, four wheeling in a side by side,
Yep,
and a guy was reckless and
crashed into it.
crashed.
Oh,
he
geez.
crashed into one. I think he took a jump over a hill and he came down and landed on top of another one. It flipped over, threw Lori out and landed on top of her and broke her back.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
And
So we love Lori. She's
How old is
phenomenal.
she?
she's
Younger than
We
Larry.
don't say that.
She's
I'm
younger than
curious
Larry.
just because the route through recovery is
She's
it's
older than
probably
me.
harder as you get older.
And you know what?
what I
She's
mean?
And
Like,
younger
she had
than
a
you.
cancer.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, that
That's
doesn't
terrible.
provide much information.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you this.
She's about 30 years, 20 some odd years older
Narrow
than
it
you.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Older than
Beyond the
you.
age of quick healing.
Beyond the age of
Yeah.
breaking.
Yeah, because
Right.
it goes downhill.
Sorry.
But you gotta understand, she's a leech.
Mhm. She's tough as nails. She's like 4
He's
foot
good.
tall and nothing but
Her
pissing
dad
vinegar.
got in a trucking accident and broke his back and
Dude, the
recovered
same
fully.
the same thing happened to my fiance's cousin, like
Man.
in a 4x4 with a truck.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Say what?
Same thing, didn't it?
Well,
Like a-
it's
like a-
side
Said she
by
was in a,
side.
yeah,
She
side
was
by
in
side.
side by
side.
side in a four-wheeler and
Yeah.
ran into him.
Yeah, and then boom, just got sideswiped.
So that's why, listen, that's why I try to teach you guys a little bit about when you have premonitions or thought or
Yeah.
something come across.
Don't
One,
ignore
ask for insight. The Holy Spirit will give you insight into what's coming.
Yeah,
But then when you have a premonition of something bad happened, that's not something to make you fearful. That's something to make you aware, and then you speak against it. You speak protection, because we don't all know. You never know at a moment when you could be on a fucking bridge and a boat hits it, and you're on that bridge. You know, so you've got to know in that moment when to say, I cancel that assignment. I speak protection over myself or my passengers. These types of things. I don't live in a fear-based mindset, but I am acutely aware when I go out bearing precious cargo, whether it's grandkids or whatever it is, that I have an authority and a responsibility to speak protection over that. And the more that we do that, the more successful we are. We're going to go to break, guys, and we will see you in just a few minutes. Thank you, Tim, for taking us
Planes,
out.
Trains and automobiles. When
There
we
you go.
come back.
Yippee.
There we go.
Safety orange comes in a black shirt with orange or green.
Kind of sexy.
Yep, they're tight, dude. I love those. Okay, and then at the top of the page, you can just go back to the safety green. That's where you get the full green shirt. Mr. Yuck reminds me of Mr. Yuck. Classic Mr. Yuck.
That's
For
awesome.
Poison, and then
Look
your
at that
white
one.
shirt.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
That one's tight. Errol, we bring that up. There we go.
You can wear that on a job site.
Oh
if
yeah,
you're, if you need
and
to-
piss people off for not wearing a mask.
Exactly.
And then if you want to like say, "Hello, I'm here," that's a loud orange. So just do that one.
Mhm.
That's full orange.
I like the orange.
The Ready Right Drinky Drink are always my favorite. I
yeah.
wear purple. I love sand though. I might have to order a sand.
It's
Look at
beautiful.
this sand with the pocket logo. I might have to go with that.
The Righty Right Drinky Drink Show.
Yep.
Woo-hoo.
I love when the ladies do that. And of course, our classic, the classic logo is the steampunk logo we're going to be going with. Comes in the black and the different colors of gray that are available. And then if you want to support our 2A movements, you get the 3 printed 2A.
Oh, there it is. That's a great one
with
right
the,
there.
With the sleeve
I
logo,
love
2A
that gray.
pocket logo. And then
Is that a
the
heather gray?
back. This one's not the heather. Here, let me pull up the heather.
The last one.
The heather is this one. It's a little lighter.
Yeah.
And that little
Oh,
lighter
nice.
gray with the pocket logo in the sleeve. That's that.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Mr. Coffee saying he sold his already for a profit on eBay.
Nice.
Appreciate
Way
that.
to go.
No, he's gonna make it a cottage industry. He
Way
buys
to
it
go.
from us,
No,
and
good
then
job,
he sells
good
them
job.
secondary.
Breaking tonight, in just the past few minutes, the Washington Post is reporting former RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel is out at NBC News as a paid contributor, less than a week after being hired there. The announcement coming after a loud chorus from NBC hosts, various talent blasting that hire. Fox News media analyst, host of Media Buzz, Howard Kurtz, joins me now with the latest. Good evening, Howie.
Brett, good evening. Talk about self-inflicted wounds. It was a spectacular miscalculation by NBC, hiring the ousted RNC chairwoman, Ronna McDaniel, and triggering an on-air revolt by MSNBC's liberal host that intensified last night. Their argument, since McDaniel played a role in Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election, it was unethical to put her on NBC's payroll for a reported $300,000 a year. But that required the MSNBC stars to publicly trash their network bosses. And nobody wanted to be left out, especially its highest paid host.
You wouldn't hire a made man like a mobster to work at a DA's office, right?
That is capitulating to an autocrat in advance by saying, yes, we will take your apparatchik and allow them to be elevated and platformed with us, with journalists.
What we've also said to election deniers is not just they can do that on our airwaves, but that they can do that as one of us, as badge-carrying employees of NBC News, as paid contributors to our sacred airwaves.
But the sacred airwaves have had McDaniel on as a guest, and MSNBC President Rashida Jones, told of the hiring in advance, did not object. At almost any other news outlet, talent castigating the brass like this would be shown the door. After McDaniel's appearance on Meet the Press, NBC executives also appeared worried about alienating the largely liberal audience. MSNBC's sacred airwaves often refuse to air Donald Trump speeches, even on primary nights. And while the channel employs prominent Republicans and ex-Republicans such as Nicole Wallace and Michael Steele, they are anti-Trump Republicans. So what damage would have been done if McDaniel occasionally voiced pro-Trump sentiments, with most of MSNBC portraying him as a danger to democracy? Insiders say the situation had become so untenable that NBC and Ronna McDaniel were destined to part company just 4 days after the network announced her hiring with great fanfare. What's clear is that NBC's credibility has taken a substantial hit on its own airwaves. Brett?
All right, Howie. Thank you.
This is my brain.
The heart of the American dream is in cardiac arrest.
In the first 9 months of last year, private investors bought 3,196 single-family homes in our greater metropolitan area. 1 out of every 7 houses sold.
40% from the start of the pandemic.
In the final half of 2022, the typical U.S. home sold for a record-shattering $468,000. Massive private equity firms like Blackstone and Pradium Partners have backed a relatively new breed of homeowner, the corporation. This growing industry buys or builds single-family homes and then rents them out.
New data reveals that economists have been sugarcoating the rate at which financial Goliaths have been swallowing up America's single-family homes. The previous number they estimated had already been a painful lowball of only 18 to 23% of single-family homes being purchased. That lie was merely intended to help the poison go down, because in 2023, private equity firms bought up nearly half, 44% of single-family homes in America. The middle-class American homeowner's dream is now an American renter's nightmare.
Our generation will not be homeowners. They will have us permanently renting.
Meanwhile, the real estate industry is collapsing under the weight of corporate lawfare.
This is insane. Realtors are about to have their commissions cut in half.
And if that wasn't enough to crush the middle class, the lack of serious laws regarding squatters' rights is the perfect enticement for Biden's invading border army.
Existe una ley que dice que si una casa no está habitada, podemos expropiarla.
You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are.
Arrested for unlawful eviction. She changed the locks on a man who claims he lives there.
This woman was trying to get inside her own home, but the previous owner refused to leave.
I saw like about 20 people at my property trying to move in as fast as they could.
After her previous tenant moved out, the home had only been vacant for 10 days.
Unfortunately, some of these squatters have gotten pretty sophisticated.
This guy just come out of nowhere saying he purchased a home and just took a home.
It's a tactic real estate attorneys say they're starting to see all too often. Attorney Richard Alembic says they're called wrongful foreclosures or forged deeds. It's when thieves use forged documents to gain ownership of unaware homeowners' properties.
There's no people's court for challenging a wrongful foreclosure or forged deed. So that's the fundamental problem.
Squatters have turned a mansion into a party house. Police have tried and failed to shut down that party mansion since it started.
People in a local apartment complex say squatters are breaking into their homes and even being violent.
Buying a dream home turned into a nightmare. You heard him, for this family from Queens. The house came with something the new owners did not bargain for, a squatter.
I think if we criminalize, no squatting in residential maintained properties, that's going to solve a lot of these issues, and send it to criminal court and let law enforcement act.
It's not right that my wife had to quit her job 9 months ago. I had to quit beforehand, get myself prepared down here in Texas, because we're next to Eagle Pass, and we quit our jobs 9 months ago. And guess what? We have to watch our household day and night to protect our own land down here. And I'm telling you, these illegals that are coming in, get ready, people, because nobody's doing anything. Nobody's talking. It's all talk. I just want you to know they busted down the gates in front of our military, literally busted down the gates, ran right past them, thousands of them. They didn't do anything.
Lobbyist lapdogs in D.C.'s country club of hubris are on course to drain the country dry and hand it over to the World Economic Forum, meeting the goals of the United Nations Agenda 2030.
And as we rebuild our cities and as we rebuild our country to ensure that every single person has a home, we need to invest and passed the Green New Deal for public housing.
Absolutely.
It deals with the issue of the climate catastrophe that we are living in. We must also pass the Green New Deal for public schools. Because the Green New Deal for public schools, working in conjunction with the Green New Deal for public housing, is a form of reparation for our historically marginalized communities.
Throw the bastards out, every last one of them.
There we go. We're back.
Yeah, it's just when you
so
think
from
they
there.
can't get any dumber.
I'll put mine on the
Then
on the
Tim
ones
finds
there.
a video to prove they are.
Oh, yeah, they're dumb. They're fucking idiots. Let's see. Lapel. So we lost Lapel 4. Not lost, but Christopher had to go for the night. He said he thoroughly enjoyed it. He loved being on. As he's exiting, he's like, "Oh, I was thinking about this when you were talking about that. You're thinking about this." I'm like, "Dude, you gotta say that shit. Speak up." So he thoroughly enjoyed it. We're gonna have a lot of stuff with him in the future. He's a good young man, and I'm looking forward to working with him. Is that literally? This is why you don't want people to see your computer?
No, that's Bob. That's Papa Bob.
Using a blow up doll as a flotation device?
That's him, man.
I mean, that's literally a blow up. No, it's literally a blow up doll.
Coffee board, and that's what I get.
It's look at Norris wants to see it. Literally.
Sent that to my board. Don't you
Oh,
give
is that
me
the?
microphone?
Oh, yeah. What's called? Oh,
Oh, you want to clip this one on instead of? Oh, now he wants a lapel because he's.
No, fuck off, man.
Do this, fucker. I'm gonna put it on you because
Put it on your
otherwise, otherwise you're
You want
gonna
it on
fuck
your
it up.
nipple?
Listen,
You want it
this
on
is
your
what I have to
nipple?
deal with people to have a proper show. This type of shit. All right, so 4 is back on. Handheld's gone. Handheld's gone. Give me that handheld because you're gonna leave the battery on and run it down, even though they're rechargeables. Thank you, Larry. All right, Larry, take us into the next subject. We just saw it in the media break, talking about the illegals, the squatting situation, the government's forking up all sorts of monies while our veterans and our actual citizens are being screwed over. They're just shelling out hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars for these
raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, for these illegals. And it's fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Tim?
Oh, you want that one?
I do.
Yeah. No, I have to do this.
Larry's calling for it.
Oh, there we go.
Of course, there's no audio for it.
You got the audio working on the other one?
Yeah, because I have to go in here and go advanced.
Oh, no.
All right.
No music again.
Oh, Julius.
So we do have breaking news. It has been reported to this podcast.
There it worked.
There we go. There we go.
I have to do that for each piece of media.
Yes.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Yes.
It has been reported to this podcast that a shipment of illegal aliens arrived at the airport in Howell yesterday.
Our little Livingston
County
Livingston County
airport in Howell, right at M59 there in Grand River. And the invasion is here. It was a plane of full of illegal aliens that were taken to a hotel near the Home Depot in Brighton. Okay, this is a developing story, and we will report on it as it unfolds.
May I ask this question for you, esteemed people? Would not our law enforcement or commissioners or something know about this? There we go. Thank you, Kelly.
Kelly.
Is there anybody protecting
we used
us?
to have the brain where somebody had the floor and
there's a letter that has been sent to the county commissioners regarding a situation where I believe a migrant Venezuelan raped a young female here in Livingston County.
Oh,
yeah, that case was
getting close to home.
You want to read some of the excerpts of that case, Kel?
Well, I have the excerpts of the case, but I actually have the letter to the commissioners.
Okay.
On February 15th, 2024, an illegal migrant was charged in Livingston County for criminal sexual conduct against a 15-year-old female in Green Oak Township. The incident occurred on or around October 22nd, 2023. See redacted documents and information, which I have. There has been a number of recent murders, rapes, and high-profile crimes committed by illegal immigrants in Joe Biden's America. Venezuelan illegal Joseph Antonio Ibarra, 26, allegedly beat University of Georgia student Laken Riley so brutally he disfigured her skull. Faces 8 charges, including murder, kidnapping, and assault. Salvadorian illegal Nelson Trejo Grandollos, 25, killed a 2-year-old boy in Maryland and is currently being charged with first and second-degree murder. And this can go on. I'm not going to continue to read all these cases.
Right.
But we do have the document, and the end of this commissioner's letter says, I am emailing you to urge you to declare Livingston County a non-sanctuary city for illegal immigration. County for illegal immigration. The fact that at least one 15-year-old girl in Green Oak Township has been forever affected by the criminal sexual conduct of a person illegally residing here is one too many. We should not wait for more crimes to be committed against members of our community to address both the criminal and financial harm this will do in our county. I request you consider the resolution made by Marathon and Aurora, consultant with Sheriff Murphy and legal counsel, and proceed with similar resolutions, which means they provided the resolution that the county committed to.
Amen.
Thanks for your consideration. And then there's a thank you to the person that submitted the FOIA that brought up the actual criminal charges of sexual conduct against this poor 15-year-old
So
girl.
that means we need to get them the commissioners and
so the
happen.
and so the
So
reality
it's happening here at home.
the reality is we have criminals in our society no matter what. But to then facilitate the opportunity for more criminals who by their very nature coming across the border illegally,
I've already broken the law.
you know, they may, the vast majority of them may be seeking a better life in America. But the fact that you're breaking the law to do it disqualifies you from that right to do it. And then the further exacerbation that our government is facilitating that by funding them, and then to have them rape a 15-year-old. Some of the things that you find out that these criminals are doing are you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, here's the thing. Right now you have that wretched Gretchen witch bitch up there in Lansing.
Right.
Right. And she is a threat to society. She's a threat to national security. They're bringing these illegals in. She is offering to give people $500 a pop to house these illegals in our community. Anybody who is housing illegals in our community is a threat to national security and needs to be exposed. So I challenge all of our Livingston County everybody in the Livingston County audience, if you see illegals, if they're living down the street from you, if they're in a hotel room, if they're staying in a home, what you need to do is you need to, no, they're illegals. They're illegals. Yeah, the Democrats can take their newcomer shit and they can shove it right up their ass.
That's what they.
All right, that's what they can do with that. These are illegal aliens. If you get videos, pictures, you send them to this show, and we will gladly.
Where would they send those, Larry?
Well, they can send them straight to me. They can send them to me on Facebook.
page,
They can send them to Mr. Coffee, or they can send them to us to our email, which the wonderful Tim guy is going to put up there and read for us.
And in the
ad, he's doing something. This is my brain hosts at outlook.com.
That's right.
This is my brain hosts
at outlook.com.
At outlook.com.
You can send pictures and videos.
Yeah.
If you send me an address, I'll air it. You know, anybody that is housing these illegal aliens is a threat to national security. They are they're threatening your property value. They're putting your families at risk.
Yep.
You know, these people need to be exposed.
And they're
Every
robbing
single one
homes
of them.
in Oakland County, our next door neighbors.
Not only that, Norris, any updates on where you live south of us?
No, haven't heard the latest and greatest, but they I hear that they were caught in Jackson. The people that were robbing cars in Highland Lake area. I haven't heard much.
That was the Pinckney
Yeah, that was a picnic area.
Yeah. Joni Jojo, you want to read?
And then also the ones
Newcomer
in,
rental
well, that was
subsidy.
different.
It's newcomer, Larry. It's right there in front of me from the Democrat
Yes.
page, governor page.
Yeah,
right? Newcomer rental.
So this is
subsidy. We need to
interesting.
get that.
Joni-
They're newcomers.
Joni
Yes,
Jojo just pointed
illegals.
something about
All
another
right.
illegal killed somebody in the Grand Rapids area.
Yeah, and
That's
131, I was just going to talk
Yeah.
about that. On 131, an illegal killed a Hispanic girl and threw her out of his vehicle on 131 near Grand Rapids.
25
But so
years
She
this
was
is- this-
25 years old. This happened the other day.
So this is interesting. Illegal with a gun, an unregistered gun. Illinois
Yes.
just passed. Some court judge just ruled that it was okay for the illegal to have an unregistered gun.
And not only that, she is on record as being opposed to the Second Amendment,
Of course.
across the board,
Of course.
and
Except
then
for illegals.
just ruled illegals.
Hypocrite.
But
And-
illegals can have guns, but
Well, yeah,
Not
that's how it works
tax-paying
in a
citizens.
Nazi. Never
Hey,
mind.
Jeremy, for you, it's off. And if Larry doesn't
It's how
get
you
it right,
create
he
your
can go to
brown
the
shirt
Office
army.
of Global Michigan.
Oh, the Office of Global Michigan.
Global Michigan.
Oh.
It should be Flat Earth, Michigan, but I understand.
I just thought I'd get this straight because we
What?
are.
They should
about
all look
getting
at Michigan and appletree.com and see what kind of cooperatives we have.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Joni, that's a good idea.
Find out who
Like the
owns
hospitals.
the hotels.
so
and
if
illegals.
anybody lives near the Home Depot,
Yeah.
you know,
Get pictures, get photos.
Yeah, kind of drive by the
Gotcha,
Home Depot
Jojo.
several times this week. Get some pictures for us. You know, if you see an abundance of illegal aliens at Home Depot, any pickup trucks or vans or like shipping containers that you open up and bunches of people come out,
I would doubt it.
please send them
To Martha's Vineyard.
us.
I will
Oh,
say
no, you meant the pictures.
Yes.
one of the
Oh,
gas stations in Brighton has made it so that you have to show ID when you come in the store because of how many times they were robbed by bands of
Were you reading that?
no.
Papa Bear, Papa Bob just
Yeah.
said the guys I saw today in Walmart were not shopping; they were casing the joint.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to walk into my local Home Depot, and since the shutdown and all the masks and all the other bullshit, all the tools are locked up.
Yeah.
Not because of me.
All the liquor's locked up at the Brighton Meyer.
And my
hmm
Wow.
my the people that I know there that run it, they hate it just as much as I do. And they said, but we had theft.
Do you know what was
This
on,
came down from corporate.
You know what was on InfoWars I found interesting is it's playing off in the corner is the government or the NGOs through the government. NGOs
The
with the government.
lobbyists.
They are giving these people real IDs with a fake name. Like you're not Larry
Future
anymore, you're
Democrat
Bob.
voter.
And it's so that if they get pulled over or something, they can't run the criminal on whatever.
Because they don't care about
Right.
about the people. Now
So what
want
they're-
is the Democrat
here-
vote.
here's-
brand new IDs.
Here's
buying
what they're
their-
doing.
buying votes.
They're giving them an ID in one state, knowing that they're an illegal, and then they walk into another state with that valid ID and get a new ID in that secondary state,
Which doesn't do a background check.
which doesn't do a background check and doesn't know that they're illegal, and therefore they're legitimate. And guess what happens? They get put on the voter rolls.
Yep.
And then these Democrat blue areas get to crank up their.
Oh,
they
that's
get-
what the census was.
well, they're predicting that they're going to have what 17 new representatives.
Yep.
And
When's
those
the next census?
those
Because that's on
representatives
that
are
county.
going to be
When is it?
blue.
Yeah, because
Democrats.
spring.
Yeah.
So they can't win legitimately,
Every 4
so they
years.
ship everybody in.
Of course, they
Every
cheat.
4 years?
That's
I
what
thought it was
Democrats
every
do.
10. It's every 4?
It might be every
What's
4.
that?
The
When do
next
they do the
census.
census? I thought it was
We-
Every 10 years.
Every 10 years? Okay.
Every 10, right.
So we
Yeah.
just did it in 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
So we have another
So they're
6 years.
They're just adding
2030.
Oh yeah, they're building up for the next one.
Yeah. Joni says, yes, Papa Bob, I watched 3 of them, stared them down and made them uncomfortable. That's right. Because Joni's a badass. And probably Tom was there with his skinhead looking all intimidating. I love Joni and Tom. They're so awesome.
Meyer has $40 cat respecter, $40 Roku's on lockdown.
They have the liquor on lockdown, like legit.
Right, but a
it's in
$40
case.
Roku box?
Yes. Yeah. You have to literally take the little slips of paper up
Right.
to the cash register now to get your liquor bottle.
This is bullshit.
And that's because
This is
we
right
haven't
here.
totally
Yeah.
given up like
Brighton.
California, where California you can steal up to $900 worth of
Well, I know
merchandise,
that.
Yeah. Well, and then they wonder
they
why they
can't
have a
stop it.
problem.
and there are multiple places that are leaving.
Well, I hope no, I don't hope. Actually, I want the liberals to stay and suffer in California.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with the crap
The
you
sad
made.
part is that the ones that can't afford to get out that shouldn't have to suffer are the ones that have to suffer, and they suffer the most.
Exactly.
What I'm wondering is, we have a pretty nice county and area around here. Why would some of these idiots move out here from wherever, Livonia,
Because
wherever,
they got to
and then see what's going on and still vote the way they
because
vote?
they didn't move here
because
for
that's what they
that.
always
They
do.
moved
But
here
it's
to
because
flip it.
because here it is. Republicans are victims of their own success.
I wonder. You know what?
That's a good statement. Republicans are victims of their own success. But to answer your question, from my perspective, they don't think deep enough for any of that.
No.
They're being handed a credit card, a cell phone, and told to go to a certain spot.
I think you're talking about the liberals.
And
I'm talking about, let's just say,
and our rights.
Whatever, that have money, whatever.
Okay, I thought you were
They
talking
come
about the
out to
illegals.
Livingston County. What's it take? Their daughter getting raped, or
No.
their mother getting killed by an illegal?
You know why the
in
leftists
Brighton?
come to Livingston County? Because it isn't the shithole that they just left, that
That's
their
what I'm-
philosophies have
that's what I'm
ruined.
saying,
But they want to make it this
But they
shit.
wanna
And so,
make it that way.
but they don't think that way.
But they do. But
They
do it.
think, oh, this is a very nice area. I'm going to go there, but then I'm gonna want the same policies that I had the last place.
But that's
And there's
what
a
I don't
cognitive
get.
dissonance that they
Exactly.
don't get,
That's what
that the policies that made the last place they lived a shithole won't then translate when they try to push it here. They go, well, we're trying to make it a better place. There was a meme I saw today.
If policy were a better place, why you stay in the shithole you were in?
You know what, Joni?
Because they
Your
don't
question
fucking have
is,
any.
Where are the sheriffs? We reported, I think, last spring that there were men living in the woods behind the movie theater in Brighton.
And I called up the different departments and couldn't get an answer.
There's no answers. You call Oakland County and ask if they're renting space in the local county campgrounds to immigrants, and they won't answer you. And it is happening. People have video of it. People are sharing those videos. It's, the hard part is when we entered into certain agreements and contracts as a county with other federal groups and state groups, those contracts that were entered into created policy, and those policies are what's being pushed now. And we entered into those back in 2021.
Real quick
And
about
2020.
policy.
Yeah, but you can always break a contract.
You can't.
Right.
You
Okay.
Real
can't,
quick about
but people
policy.
don't know about that.
Tim, what do you got on policy?
Real quick about policy. Since 2018, and this is a comment that you had made, Jeremy, about them being added to the voter registration.
Yeah.
Since 2018, the states have gradually actually it's gone from 13 to about 25 or 26 states that are now being moved to registering a voter automatically when they interact with
Our state
an
does that.
official.
Voter,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, this one does. But no, it was 13 states in 2018, and now it's like 25 or 26 when you interact with an official government agency of some kind
Mhm.
and have to get some kind of ID or something like that. You're automatically registered to vote.
All right, go to atsdr.cdc.gov. atsdr.
Are you pulling that up, Jeremy?
.cdc.gov.
I can't. My keyboard doesn't work, and it's not in my hand.
And search Apple Tree Program Fact Sheet.
What is it?
Apple Tree Program Fact Sheet.
Okay.
Okay, so what this does is it takes you to a grouping of states that have agreed to shared services for any kind of disastrous situation, partnerships for relief and FEMA and all that kind of stuff.
Toxic substances and diseases. What the fuck this got to do with
What we're talking about right now, it's
Yeah.
all shared. These are all shared services. So this Apple Tree provides a map, and that map, if you connect it to also the states that have people being flown in, giving special credit cards, purposely targeting certain areas, those maps all coincide. All the states are aligned with this.
That's interesting.
And so my question is, since we just declared a state of emergency last month in Livingston County for storms that went through last August when trees got knocked down, what does that mean for our county right now? Are we in a state of emergency?
And we waited 8 months to declare a state of
Uh-huh.
emergency.
Yeah, that's a little late,
Uh-huh.
isn't it? What's
Are
that?
we in a
tornado that went across 96?
Yes, yes. My student loans have been put on Stand by, because we are in a state of emergency in Livingston County, and I want to know why.
What?
And I want to know how it aligns with this and how it aligns with the migrants that are being brought here. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? It all is a big spider web.
Said he was going to get me from.
It's a big spider web.
I know.
And they make it so hard to differentiate through C. All those states.
So you guys can check that out.
Policies
What
that have
say,
been
give
passed
that
through their sheriff's departments, through their.
give that again, Kelly.
It is sorry, let me get back to it. It is atsdr.cdc.gov and search Apple Tree Program Fact Sheet or Apple Tree Program.
JoJo says maybe it's good to approach our county commissioners.
It
Perhaps
is.
It's best to approach our.
It is, and there's some good things. There's still some things that I'm highly disappointed with in our local Republican Party that I don't want to participate in. I'll leave it at that. But yes, there are some stuff. FEMA is here now. That's
Yes,
what Tony JoJo
FEMA is here now. And so we're in a state of emergency, and under a state of emergency, typically our local government has no say because they've entered into contracts in 2020 and 2020 really rallied for them not to accept that entered contracts with our sheriff's departments to be federalized and allow
I
certain
just
things
saw
to
something
happen.
about FEMA hiring in the local area.
They
and I
are.
passed it by. I'm like,
Yes.
what for what?
So what ends up happening with FEMA and this Apple Tree program is they create big encampments. And once those big encampments go up, if we end up having a flood of some group of people or something dramatic happens and people have to be removed from their homes, they go to that place.
The FEMA camp.
Mm-hmm.
And
what FEMA district are we? FEMA region.
Region?
Are we FEMA region 2?
I don't
or 3?
remember. It's been
So
so
wait,
long
wait,
since
wait,
I've looked
wait.
at
Let
that
me get
map.
this. I got to ask you a question. So they want to build these camps in case we have whatever.
Well,
so if they're not used, they can use it for something
They
else.
can use it for something else. And right now in New York, where they have people already flooding their streets and committing crimes and rape and all that, they are now getting ready to use those encampments that they've already set up under the national state of emergency that New York declared a couple months ago. They're now putting people in those areas. So we've got that started here.
Yeah.
Now I know that Lansing or East Lansing on our side is a sanctuary city.
But they don't want actually people showing up.
Well, shoot.
No, but I'm saying is that's whenever they declare themselves to be a sanctuary city, it's a virtual signaling thing. And when the people actually show up at their city,
like Martha's
they
Vineyard,
freak out about it and tell the people to go
I don't
somewhere
know if
else.
East Lansing would freak out though. Not like Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard, they freaked out, and within 24 hours, those the busloads of people that showed up got fucking shipped out.
Yeah. The Democrats that wanted all these illegal aliens in the country. When they all showed up at their doorstep, they're like, "Oh no, get out of here! You can't come here."
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think East Lansing would be like, "Oh, get out of here." They'd probably be embracing them a little bit
until they stole and raped.
Have you been in East Lansing? It smells like marijuana. Most of them are probably high.
Right. They don't even know that that's what's happening.
They're not paying it due.
Well, if we can get some church buses, we can get these illegals from around Brighton. If we can find them, load them onto the church buses, and take them to Whitmer's house and drop them off.
I mean, we do
You
pay
would
for
be
that big ass
accused
mansion.
of trying to kidnap her, Larry, just like the other people we've been.
Yeah, don't say those things.
Nobody would want to kidnap. Listen, nobody would want to kidnap Governor Whitmer
She
because
could
you'd
keep
have
them-
to spend time with her.
She could keep all that money she's offering and house them in her governor's mansion that we pay for.
She'll never do that. And if you showed up with those people, she would consider it an attack or an assault and have the FBI arrest you. Coffee?
I'm offended. They're called newcomers. I just fucking showed you on the government page. Now stop.
Ingham County is a sanctuary county. Thank you, JoJo. You know what? You know what?
No, I'm definitely
They're a
not
newcomer.
A new one.
They're coming all over the place.
I'm a never-comer.
You're a never. I feel
Guys
bad
gotta
for
get
your
your
wife.
turn.
Let's do this before we get to final thoughts tonight, because we've been tearing it up for quite a while. Trump news. Social media stock soars. The first day. Larry, tell us your story, buddy.
Me and my wife threw a couple $100 into Trump stock last night.
You know what?
And we had made $50 by noon.
Nice.
Yeah, they
halted
said
it.
that while they were all clapping that, oh, they got 146 million out of
made
it. That very
6.8
same day
billion.
went up $2 billion.
He has profited $6.8 billion total.
Right. The
So
guy, every time they do something, the guy's like Midas touch.
They're making him more popular. The more they keep persecuting, the more they guarantee me he's going to come closer to winning.
Well, see, Democrats don't understand that they're their own worst enemy. It's like this ridiculous sage bunch of morons here in Livingston County.
Yeah, what's that stand for? Stand up against extremism while they're extreme.
Socialists and gay
elitists.
Extremists.
Yeah.
Elitists. I mean, at what point? I mean, these guys, they're nuts. They're totally freaking nuts.
When a bully attacks you and says you're the bully, they're just talking about themselves.
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you got, Kel?
Charlotte Cosmic said that she joined late, but she said church buses brought them here. Yeah, the social services,
the NGOs,
the Catholic charities and
Catholic
I think the
charities
Lutheran
are-
charities are both bringing them in.
The
And
Catholic
that's
and Lutheran
across the
charities,
country.
for the most part, if
Well,
you're
those
in
are,
a
those are leftist organizations.
Correct.
Well, we need
And
to
if you-
borrow church buses and take them back.
Well, what I'm going to say to everybody out there is, if you are part of a Catholic or Lutheran parish, please go to your priest and implore them to remove funding from those charities that are facilitating this. And if they won't, then let them know politely, honorably, that you will be removing yourself from their parish. Because when they're facilitating these type of things that are literally destroying our country, that is an organization you shouldn't be involved in. And Catholic Charities is at the forefront of this.
They're the ones with the kids.
They're the ones that are kidnapping kids. And if you don't like that, I understand, because there are a lot of good Catholics out there. But the reality is, it's on record. They're the ones showing up at the border, bringing in the illegals, trafficking the children. And if you in your consciousness, your conscious heart, do not want to be a part of that, you need to speak up.
80,000 children
Jojo
as of
says,
last spring.
I didn't know
80,000 children
disappeared.
Yep.
Jojo says Ingham County is a sanctuary county.
Mhm.
Yes.
All of Ingham County is. Yeah. It's got Lansing in it.
It's got Lansing in it, and it's the county. We're going to do it.
it's
When we
cool
have
as
all
hell.
the information, we're going to do an expose on how that shooting last year in
at the school,
MSU was a result of Gretchen Whitmer being part of the DA's office briefly, and then appointing her successor to put all that information into place. We have some of the documents. We haven't vetted out all the documents. We have day jobs, and so we haven't been able to get all that together. But we're putting that's still being put together, and we will expose the policies that facilitated that person being allowed to have a weapon after having fired off that weapon several times. Larry,
I sent you two screenshots, and you touched on them
It was all about
earlier.
restorative justice.
And it was it's on what our attorney general joined a lawsuit.
All right, let's finish up with this. I was trying to pull up an article for Trump, but either way, his social media stock soars.
Truth Social?
Truth Social. Do you have it, Tim?
No, I just know.
Oh yeah. Truth Social. They went public.
Yep.
And Truth Social went public, and their media stock soars as his bonds in the court cases drop.
That's
Check this out real quick.
For one, it shouldn't be a bond to begin with.
Oh, it's right. It's fucking ridiculous.
There's a real problem.
I'm reading this stuff up. Hey, check this out real quick. Let's see. Cat of Nine Tails. Bob Ellis, our mayor is
Groomer.
with Catholic Charities.
The groomer mayor?
Yeah, right there on the
Is with Catholic
Charities. Isn't he a Democrat?
He's a Democrat groomer mayor.
He's not a Democrat or Republican.
No,
but he brought the LGBTQ.
The Livingston Democrat Party
Alphabet
actually
Mafia
canvassed with him,
into
and I got pictures, and they even put him up.
He's a fucking Democrat. Because here goes back to the point I've always been making.
He's a newcomer.
You don't fucking go out and vote. This is what you get.
Right.
Yes.
And I think 25% of Howell voted.
Well,
last
yeah,
election.
and here's the problem,
I think it's
though. There was
22.
really nobody running against the groomer.
Okay, somebody's asking you guys.
Well, there's the other half of the problem.
AIDS vampire mayor.
AIDS vampire mayor.
Charlotte Cosmic, whatever, just chimed in. But what do we do? What do we do? Board of Commissioners meeting or City Hall?
Board of Commissioners.
There you got the answer there. Charlotte Cosmic.
What we've got to do as Board of Commissioners, but we've also got
JoJo
to,
said that too. Board of
we've got
Commissioners.
to
Thanks, JoJo.
energize the populace to understand the issues. But I'm going to tell you one thing: in this Bob Ellis reelection for mayor, we did not put up a viable candidate.
We did not.
Proctor.
Doug the Rhino Proctor. And, you know,
Yeah, there was.
who would vote for that moron?
We could talk.
If all else fails, I will either be running my mother or my
You
son
tried last time.
or Mr. Coffee.
Oh, fuck that.
Apparently, my
Do
mother
it.
or my son are the viable candidates, not Mr. Coffee.
Smooth those cojones.
They're saggy though.
Smooth them.
Do you know?
You'd think that your saggy walls would not have as many wrinkles.
Cocoa butter and
you know
coconut
that lasts
oil.
about 10 minutes at the first fucking meeting
Coffee.
or whatever. Fuck
Coffee.
them, fuck that.
Coffee.
Anyway, I
Coffee.
had I wanted to tell you this.
Coffee.
Okay, but it's kind of wrapped in this
Coffee.
Black Rock and all these. Check this out. This is
You know he doesn't have me in his ear at all.
fuck that. I'm not listening to this stuff.
He's not listening.
Fuck you, Tim. I'm not listening. I got something to say. I got the brain.
Sorry.
So check this out. Comes across my lovely Queen's sister down in Miami. You know, Black Rock buying up all the properties.
But what's
and
this
shit,
button do?
right?
Yeah.
Shut up, Tim. I can't hear you. I can just hear you over there. They got told they have to.
Oh
move
no, he
out
muted you.
of their
Be nice.
And this is a nice neighborhood. Her sister.
He doesn't
They have
even
to
know I
move
muted
out.
him.
Why? Some bunch of complaints, but check it out. It's like all the houses. This is a nice area. Are owned by one corporation. So that shit where they're
Because
buying
you
up the
eat
houses.
bugs, you will own
Black Rock
nothing,
or the other one
and
that's
you
at the
will be
top.
happy.
I talk about
Exactly.
this
You would
all the
eat
This
time.
just was. I was like,
Yeah.
who are you talking to? She goes, her sister's name. And here's the story.
So
And I was
that's-
like they had 40 complaints, and like the whole
Yeah,
neighborhood
Black Rock and
is owned
Vanguard.
by
Yeah.
whatever the corporation.
Black Rock,
is.
Vanguard,
It's not an apartment complex.
State Street.
If he had his ear in, he'd hear
It's
me.
unfucking
Yeah.
real.
A note on that. They own everything.
Mhm.
A note on this. I need you guys to do a little bit of research. Probably Joni JoJo knows, and a number of our other people in the chat there.
It's
Crazy.
Fucking-
The top 7 out of 8 food processing companies out there have already secretly been putting bug protein
In your food.
in your food.
Somebody had Tyson on there.
Tyson is
Farms.
the biggest one.
The biggest one.
Yeah, they're the main.
And what you have to realize is that
or
that
directly.
No, they're
Directly.
putting it in
They're putting it in
in
there.
the mix for
they're
the chicken.
literally taking the whole bug, putting it into a processor,
They grind
grinding it up
Think-
into a powder, drying it and grinding up into
Think
powder.
about you replace your flour with 10% cricket, mashed up crickets.
Mhm.
I
You're
see.
saving 10% on buying or growing
Right.
grain. And
And the only reason they're doing this because it actually in the long term, these processes actually cost them more money.
I was going to
If
say,
they
I
did-
can
if they-
imagine it's cheaper.
no,
Well, it's
that's
cheaper
what
in the short term. It's cheaper because the breadbasket of the world, Ukraine. Now, America has a huge breadbasket,
Yeah,
but
we have our
we're
own.
hampered
Why wouldn't we fucking Ukraine?
because we're hampered by the regulations and all the bullshit that we've
Yeah,
got
no,
and
I
trying to
agree.
put
Yeah, yeah.
put
EPA.
putting our farms out of place, and then you have these big conglomerates that buy up the farms and put in their GMO fucking seeds, and they're
See, that
worse
was
than
my
anything else.
question too, Norris.
But Ukraine is one of the breadbaskets of the world.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
number
What's
3,
the
I
second
think, right?
largest one? Now I know it's mostly flowers, or a lot of it's flowers. Actually, flowers, not flour. Is it the Netherlands or is it?
Netherlands is pretty
Yeah,
high,
the
if I
Netherlands
remember
is number
correctly,
2 in the world for exporting produce or
Yeah. That's why
agricultural
that's
products.
having the revolts they have. They're having,
And they tried to literally regulate them out of business up there, and they drove their trucks and everything like their tractors into the capital and dumped fertilizer
They
shit.
did it in India first.
Yeah.
The Indian farmers were committing suicide left and right because their family farms were just being decimated
Right.
by
And look at
Monsanto
Sri Lanka. I
crops.
think it's Sri
and-
Lanka.
yeah.
The number one targets that I heard for years were family farms, because your farm could be worth a couple $1 million, but what you had liquid, your actual family fortune,
yes.
it's hand to mouth every year.
Yeah.
You don't know whether you're going to have
Yeah.
to mortgage the house again to make, because the harvest was not as plentiful as it could have been
Mhm.
every single year. And then when the mom and dad die, and the property is going to go to the kids.
They just sell it.
They had this 50% death tax on them,
Mhm.
and they value your property like they did with Trump. They undervalued Mar-a-Lago. Oh, it's only worth $20,000, and there are people lining up that will spend $800,000, $1 billion to buy that property right now, but they undervalued it. And then these
That's because they're liars. You got
Correct.
to. They
And
have to lie.
and these big farms may on paper be worth a couple $1 million, but what the actual liquidity of it and what the
It's not there.
value is not there.
Yeah.
But they will do it because then they get to seize the farm because you can't pay it off.
Joni Jojo says we have a list of bug names that are on the packages of some of the chicken, whatever.
Yeah, because they don't call it cricket meal; they call it something else.
Right. Yeah.
Well, they call it a
So
natural
help me out. How is it in the chicken? How is it in
breading.
If you buy breaded chicken,
The
it's
breaded
like
breaded
breading.
chicken? Okay, all right, but
Yeah.
not whole chicken.
So
Well,
that
if
she's
you
saying
know
all
what?
these.
If you buy chicken that doesn't have bones in it, you might be getting the tumor chicken.
That's true.
The what?
The tumor chicken, the
Yeah.
lab-grown chicken.
It's
Yeah,
three-
if you
well,
buy
the-
chicken without a bone in it, they started culturing chickens from
Yep.
tumors.
They don't have to state that.
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah, the FDA
Because-
passed it. You know what else in the
Son of a
Cures
bitches.
Act?
Guess
The
I'm
Cures Act.
eating-
They can now, when you go to the hospital, if a doctor thinks you need an injection of some sort, they don't have to tell you if they think it's for your benefit. That's in the Cures Act.
They just give it to you.
They just give it to you.
and you
So
think do you think it's part of your normal regimen,
right
like that?
They don't have to tell you if they think it's good for you.
yeah,
That's why I
stop-
tell my doctor, no shots.
Yeah,
Right.
Thank you.
stop
Well,
buying.
no, it's anything.
We need along
Medication
with
wise.
along with
Put it in anything, really.
along with
I got some reading.
boycotting Bud Light and a
Caps
few
and some
and
powder.
Target, boycott Tyson Foods immediately.
Mhm.
Do not buy that. If you
Well-
can find a label,
well,
it's
there
going to
was
be
a-
difficult.
There
I
was
don't want to
another
eat chicken
story.
that doesn't have bone.
There was another story about Tyson just recently. I think it was in Iowa. So they basically fired everybody and hired all these illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 46,000 across the United States
Yeah.
or something. They want to hire in.
So they can have indentured servants that they don't have to pay.
Oh, and they'll
Money.
work
As long
their
as we're
asses off for
Mhm.
half
as
the
long as
money
we're
in
talking
12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Donald Trump, can you cut to my computer?
I may be able to.
Can you cut to my computer? Because
actually-
I want to talk about the Eighth Amendment.
Actually, Larry's already cut, or Tim's already cut to your computer, Larry.
Oh,
It's right
see
there.
how fast that is?
Yeah, Tim's
See,
awesome. over there.
excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. You know, that would be the Eighth Amendment to our Constitution. And if you look at what they're doing to Donald Trump, it's everything.
Yep.
Everything that I just read, they are doing to Donald Trump.
No, that's what he's going to do if he gets president to everybody else.
Oh,
He's a
You gotta
bad,
protect-
No.
bad,
We have
bad
to
man.
protect our democracy.
We have to
Larry.
protect the
Yeah.
democracy, Larry.
Newcomers.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
come on.
yeah.
Global Michigan.
He's going to
come on,
turn
Larry.
into a
Yeah,
wait, wait,
fascist
wait, wait,
tyrant
wait.
dictator the day
Wait.
one he
Are these
said
are
it.
these are these actual boys going through puberty?
What?
Well, he said newcomers. I was just trying to figure
Stop.
out if there's a.
Oh.
I didn't know what.
Jeez.
So I
Stop.
I don't know what.
Really nice
Over
in
your
front of
head
the lady
or-
right here.
No, I'm not good with that one.
She was talking about laying carpet. I didn't say anything about that.
No, it was your face.
I didn't say
It
a
was
fucking
your
word. I was like, she goes.
Well,
Back then, I was laying carpet. I went.
You don't got no good poker face,
Oh.
all right? You don't got a good poker
That's
face.
why.
Well,
Can't
speaking of
respect
something
her
that
since gross.
violates multiple constitutional amendments is that new center they rolled out for red flag.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, talking about breaking multiple laws, Second Amendment, Fifth Amendment,
Yeah.
Eighth Amendment, Fourth Amendment, you name it, it breaks them all. 14th, I mean,
Because we got to save the democracy.
It's
Hey,
democracy.
can we? Can we listen, guys?
Get aboard.
What I would like to do, this is what I would really like to do. I would like to get those church buses that Larry apparently has access to. And I want to load us all up, all of us good patriots. And I want to smuggle us across the border south.
To come back in so we
And
can
then we'll
get
come
money
back in
and
and
free
we will
houses
have
and 0%
all everything.
interest.
Dude, I will
And
be able to
electric
carry a
cars.
gun,
free stuff.
not get pulled over, if I get pulled over, I go, "Hey, vato, go fuck yourself." You know?
And then they give you $5,000 on a prepaid card.
And I'll be able to vote like 5 times, and no big deal.
I came up with
habla la English, señor.
Hey.
3 weeks ago, I came up with, and I put it on Mr. Coffee Board. I said, a perfect way to get a vacation is you just drive across the Ambassador Bridge, leave all your documentation on the Canadian side, walk across, and when they grab you as an illegal, you say, what I'd like to do is go to Hawaii. You got your $10,000 debit card. They, when they ask you wherever you want to go, you go to Hawaii, you spend the money, and then come back to your car. And
while you're in Hawaii, you just order your stuff to get shipped to you, so you have it to transfer back.
Use Amazon. Amazon's on board with this shit.
No, you ship it to Hawaii, so by the time you get there, it's already there.
All right, so Joni sent this to us before, it's true, and it disappeared. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Tim, I'm gonna cut that. Tyson, Jimmy Dean, Ballpark, Sarah Lee. These are all of the companies that are incorporating the bug protein into our foods.
Now, who owns the parent company of all?
Well, they've
if it's Tyson, who owns Tyson?
Well, they've been bought out.
BlackRock,
We got Tim.
Vanguard,
Chinese or
BlackRock
or
Vanguard. Yes. Yeah.
So look out for the following additives in your food.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Grelilla. I can't even fucking pronounce any of this shit.
It looks like Latin.
Sigilitas.
It's because it's the actual name of Locusta migratoria is grasshoppers.
Okay, but is that Latin or Spanish or what?
Latin. It's the Latin name for that.
I'm not so stupid. Well,
Achita domesticas.
Tenebro molitiar.
Yeah. Make sure you check your food, guys. And even when it says natural ingredients,
that's natural. It's from nature.
That's the one you could drive.
It's a natural fucking bug.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what the number one thing about this is you can survive on bugs. Tim and I were talking about this.
But it causes cancer. It causes all sorts of stuff. But
when you eat the shell of the bug,
isn't that up on the?
You can survive on it. So when it talks about in the scriptures, when it talks about that John the Baptist eat locusts and honey.
Yeah, locusts are good.
Think of it this way. If I was to get shrimp, right? And we got bags of shrimp. Tim does awesome coconut shrimp when he does them. All right. You don't eat the fucking shell.
Nope.
You pull the meat out of the shrimp and you eat the shrimp without
the shell.
The shell.
Right.
When I have a nice lobster or some king crab.
Yes.
Okay. Or some Montpellier crab.
Lobster is ocean cockroach.
It is. It's awesome.
We don't eat their shells.
8 or 9.
But you don't eat the shells. Huh?
8 or 9 son has a bus, Larry. You don't have to.
So we don't eat the shells. So what they're doing with the bugs is they're grinding up the whole bug with the shells, and it is the shell, the chitin shell, that is a huge carcinogen and very dangerous. It causes cancer in human beings.
In your brain. It can cross the blood-brain barrier.
And they've been trying to do this for years. Guys, listen, they're trying to attack the brain. Let me break this down real quick, and we're going to go to final thoughts, okay? They're trying to destroy your brain. 40 plus years ago, they came out with a lie that eating fat in foods caused you to be fat.
Yeah.
There is no straight correlation. Eating fats in food. Fats in foods actually tell your body when you're full. They are the flavor sources. That's why I love a good ribeye or a porterhouse. It
helps your brain.
I use bacon grease to bake and cook.
Yeah.
I use whole milk.
Right.
Helps your
So
brain.
I eat the chunk of fat on the steak.
You need that.
Yummy.
One of the best diets out there for a balanced diet I studied years ago was the
Atkins?
No, not Atkins. No, it was before that. Anyways,
that just tells you how many freaking
40,
diets there are.
But it was 40, 30, 30. You needed 40% protein, 30% fat, and 30% carbohydrates. And when you balanced your meals, and it taught you how to do that, this diet, and it'll come to me in a second. When you balance your meals that way,
a keto balance?
No, it was it's almost there. It's on the tip of my brain. It's going to come to me. But when you balance your meals that way, you actually felt the energy after a meal versus the lethargy, the I just ate and I got to go take a nap of a meal because you had it in proportion. But it was 30% fats, 30% carbs, 40% protein. And they would talk about that. Whatever your size of protein is, it should be in the size of, basically your fist.
I wonder what the food pyramid looks like nowadays from when I was a
It's
kid.
horrible. It's all grains on the bottom.
Why
And
is
it's
everything
shit.
a pyramid?
It's full of carbs.
It's full of carbs. But I want to get you guys, I want you guys to realize
With
this
an eyeball in the middle?
real quick. I want you guys to get this. The
Food pyramid. I gotta look that up.
what they did 40 years ago plus to tell us that fats were bad, they introduced low fat, non-fat diets. Okay. Processing. Here's the thing. Your brain is made of cholesterol. And so what they did, as soon as they introduced and said fat was bad, we have to lower your cholesterol. Your brain is 70 to 75% cholesterol. Okay. So when you lower cholesterol, you are literally
Starving your brain.
And you are invoking dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, all these brain diseases that they have. They did not hit the crescendo and amount, the virulence that they have in our society until they brought in these low fat diets and what's the
Fluoride
drug?
alone couldn't do it.
Because fluoride. Oh, thank you. You go back even further. Hitler introduced fluoride, which is there's a good fluoride that is natural, and there is a horrible fluoride that is a byproduct of smelting aluminum. And that's the fluoride that they put in our municipalities, our municipal water supplies. And it's meant to calcify your third eye, which is your pineal gland, which is in the center of your brain. It calcifies it. Okay. And Hitler knew when he was trying to suppress the people around him that he could not do overt warfare on all of the population. He needed some of the population to be there to facilitate his war machine, but he needed them docile and dumbed down. So they introduced fluoridation to the water, saying that it was good for your teeth and some other benefits, when the reality was it was just calcifying the pineal gland so that you were docile and less apt to resist and fight back. This goes on for years and years. What is it?
Eugenics.
What did you say?
Macro zone.
Macro zone?
The macro or zone diet, 40, 30, 30?
The zone diet.
There you
The
go.
zone diet. Yes, we had the books and went through the zone diet. Thank you, Tim. We went through the zone diet. The zone diet tells you how to do 30%, 30%, 40%, and it's phenomenal. But I'm going to tell you what, they've accelerated the fluoride, the fat, the low fat diets, and they've moved it into Monsanto genetically modifying seeds. They've moved it into putting these bug proteins in here, and they're literally trying to kill us. Okay. You guys can disagree with me all you want. There is nowhere to go. This earth is all we have. And what they understand, the elites, is that they cannot leave here. They can't go to Mars. They can't go to these other places.
Build some nice bunkers.
And so what they're doing is they're building bunkers and trying to kill us all off because they can't leave and they know it.
Did you see real quick when you're on that?
Go ahead.
It was on InfoWars that one of the head contractors for Zuckerberg's bunker in Hawaii he's like behind the, he was talking, he goes, we know, and the locals know where it's at and basically what tubes come out of the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
He said, we are building his grave too, because they hate him.
Because that's the thing they don't get.
Hate him. He's going to be down there, but fine. But you got to, he's whatever. It's
Maybe
like
we're
500
creating
million.
bunkers like they're creating Boeing airplanes.
But he goes, they don't realize when they all show up and they seal it. He says all the locals and stuff, they're pissed down a pipe or whatever. He ain't coming out.
Right. This is Hitler in Berlin as Russians are walking in.
Good. Yeah. Exactly.
They're building all these bunkers thinking they're going to be safe. Listen, the only way you're going to be safe in your bunker is if you've got an army that's going to be supportive of you. And when they see who you really are, fuck you. They're going to walk on you.
Well, just think about if things were to be bad, all your cops and everything, what are they going to be protecting? How? No, they're going to be home protecting their family.
Exactly.
You know,
that exactly.
and
Right.
all these
It's
goofy,
going to be up to you
yes,
to protect yourself and
Correct.
your family.
Hate has no
You know,
place here.
this is dynamic. I've been talking with a number of people about this. The humanity level is going to be the saving grace. The fact that you protecting your family, you protecting your property, you're protecting your livelihood, your existence is going to be the number one thing that is going to supersede all of this shit. If the grid falls down right now, what are the people at this table going to do?
Go home.
We're going to hunker down with our families.
Mm-hmm.
If we have some connections, and we do have connections, we wouldn't publish that, but we have connections with other. I've got people that have declared to me, multiple people have declared to me, shit hits the fan, and it isn't an EMP, but it's a grid collapse, whatever like that, and I've got enough gas, I'll be at the man cave.
Watch,
and I'll be
this
like,
get
okay,
cut.
because the man cave will be here, and we will. I've not only have I prepared the man cave to be a cool place to hang out, but there's some tricks and things that I've done in here that makes this place pretty self-sustainable during a crisis. Okay. And so people, and I wouldn't advertise that, but people, we realize that, and people that I know that I'm real tight with off air, they know that. And, and that's the dynamic that we look at is when shit hits the fan, you're not going to have, just like you said, and just like the police force, they're going to go home and take care of their families.
Watch how
Who's
this
seen
gets
the
cut
Leave the World
right here.
Behind
This will be
Obama
cut
film?
into a, I guarantee it.
No
This
coffee
portion
can't
right
hear
here
me,
that
so I'm
gonna
going to
say,
talk over him.
Go ahead. And then
Leave
I'll
the
say
World
one.
Behind
It'll
Obama.
get cut.
Obama
I
film
know it'll
was
get cut
fascinating.
in somehow with some of the rest of the show. Go ahead. Okay, and then I'll say what I'm going to say, and you watch. So go ahead. I got to do it.
All right, hold.
One thing.
We're just,
No, I was you went. I was and she said,
Tim, say it real quick.
Leave the World Behind Obama film was fascinating when everyone started to turn against each other. And if you haven't seen it, don't avoid it because it was made by Obama.
Notice that it's all eclipse of the sun through the whole movie. They never show the full sun when they show the skylines. They
Right.
always show
There's
an eclipse
subliminal shit in
of
there
the
going
sun.
on.
And the waves in the background of the bed
Yeah, they
get
noticed
rougher.
that.
Yeah.
There's earplugs might be important in your go back.
Hey, did you see? Talking on that, she has the black, light-skinned black gal. The daughter has a '93 tattoo, and I was like, after I heard, I looked up that '93 in Norway. Remember in the movie where the ship comes up and hits the beach?
Yes.
In '93 in Norway, there was a ship, container ship, or an oil tanker like that. Was the biggest spill in history. The '93 would. And I started looking up that stuff, and I was like, "There's so much."
They
crap
got to
in
tell
it.
you.
Dude, they got to tell you.
They got
It's
to
like
tell
vampires.
you.
Coffee, any shout outs to our people out there? You had a couple times where you posted on your computer, but
Oh, that was
a shout out to the hair crew locally here in Howell. Awesome ladies that do the hair,
This
and
is,
I'm overdue.
This is real quick from one of the.
We're not doing this.
No, I wanted to show you this.
I
We're
know,
gonna
but
do this.
no,
right here.
I don't want Pete Butt Judge
I'm not
to
gonna
be.
no, I'm not gonna show. I just saying.
I'm
I'm
just
just shout
saying.
out to Mary
It's
Rupert.
booty
I'm
gig.
giving a shout out to you. This guy.
It's Butt Judge.
Say it right.
It's booty gig.
It's
Booty
booty
judge.
gig. He's the
It's
butt judge.
booty
He's
gig.
judging the butt.
He's going to judge
He
your butt.
stayed home with his partner
Didn't
to breastfeed after. Listen, you did not push a child out of your body.
Biden call him booty juice once?
Biden's a
When he
fucking
was
retard.
announcing him, I swear he called him booty juice.
He did.
So shout out to Kelly the shop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Love my girls.
How we doing?
Oh my God.
You slammed?
Yes. I feel like every person in my industry is quitting their jobs right now.
If you are a good
Mental
conservative and you are in the Dexter area and you need a phenomenal beautician,
I am booking for June right now.
she's booking for
What
June.
is going on?
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get daily messages asking for me to fit people in, and usually it's because their stylist no longer lives here or is no longer mentally capable to continue being a stylist.
Because you can
Go-
buy.
That's what I'm.
It's causing mental health strain on
Yeah.
hairdressers. We're like bartenders. We take
Oh, they are.
We take in
Absolutely.
everything.
'Cause you
I
can-
know people's bathroom schedules. I know how they. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Because you're one of the last industries. Listen, when everything falls apart, churches, bars, and essential services, right, all are there. You still got to get your fucking hair cut. It's like I watch people during the lockdown.
Oh my gosh.
Their hair gets, and they're like, they're
horrible.
sneaking over to find a beautician and go, all right, can you just cut my hair? I'll just pay. Listen, I'll wear a fucking mask. Whatever you want me to do. You got to cut this shit.
I was doing like walkthroughs with a mannequin on Zoom with some of my clients so they could cut their son's hair or their bangs or whatever. Teaching husbands how to do
People were
color.
showing up at the Walmart because it was still open and buying the clippers for themselves, going, all right, how do I fucking do this? Because they couldn't get out.
Flowbee.
Flowbee?
Yeah, I was doing color
Flowbee.
packets for my clients, teaching
You'd hook it
husbands
to
how
your
to apply
vacuum
color.
and it had different.
Any other ones?
Well, I tried to show you one for. Let's see, let's see.
Well, you had some in your folder over there. We're trying to support more and more local.
Yes,
We
man,
appreciate
man.
everybody out there. I asked you and then I cut you off because you didn't literally fucking.
Who said what?
He said, "Stop clicking your pin." He's gonna
I'm not gonna
shove
do
it
that.
up your nose.
Not gonna do that.
All right, we're gonna do final thoughts because it's getting a little spicy here at the show.
Tim did put up his face in the corner.
All right, so listen. Final thoughts. Larry's ready to go. Larry, sign my paper. Give me your Johnny John hand
And Dewey.
Dewey thing. We don't want to quite say John Hancock because then the lefties who tune in the show would take that out of context and say that we're talking about something other than. We've given you enough. We've given you enough.
I don't even know where this board's going.
Stuff here, Larry. Go.
Okay. Everybody's got to be active now. You've got to do your own part. If you're in, if you have a child in the schools and the boys are walking into and using the girls' restrooms, don't go to the administration. Don't tell your teacher. You're wasting your time. If you got cell phone, dial 911. And let the sheriffs deal with it.
Right. We need to start going overboard on these. Reporting these incidents.
Yes. You need to start reporting them. Parents, you need to start following up, and then you need to follow up with the sheriff's department after a police report has been filed, and you need to follow up with David Reeder to make sure that they're pressing charges.
Or just send the football team after them.
Right. And when it comes to the illegals, all right, the only way to stop it is to point it out. And what we need to do as residents of Livingston County, you need to pay attention. You need to find out where the illegals are. You need to back it up with videos and photos. You need to get it to us.
Document that shit.
We need to get it documented. And like, if there's a hotel in Livingston County that's housing illegals, we need to be out there with picket signs on the weekends.
Yeah.
And we need to let these hotels know that we are not going to tolerate that in Livingston County. These people are a threat to society. They are a threat to national security. They've snuck into the country. They've come in through invasion. They are not law citizens. And who knows what they've brought with them, including drugs that kill children,
diseases,
or anything else that they could be bringing along.
Drugs.
They don't belong
disease,
here. They have no right to be here, and they're criminals.
Drugs, disease, a little bit of rapey, and stabby.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
they shot that girl over there. An illegal alien shot that girl over there in Grand Rapids just over this weekend.
Threw her out of the car on the highway.
Yeah, threw her out of the car in the highway, a 25-year-old girl,
Right.
and now she's dead. And she's dead because Joe Biden is president.
Okay, so we've got the Easter weekend coming up, but I want you guys to know, contact Larry. This is my brain host at outlook.com. I would be willing to organize a thing. Listen, it's difficult for us to break our schedules and go and do some of these things, but I guarantee you, if we made it a festival in front of a hotel where I would be willing to come out on a protest. I will tailgate.
We will broadcast live.
Well, I'll pull the.
We will broadcast live.
But I'll pull the stormtrooper up there, drop the tailgate, and I will cook out during the day. We'll put the chairs out there. I've got 2 pop-ups. I'll put those pop-ups. We'll sit out there in our chairs and we'll do that. And we'll bring attention to that. We will shame these. They want to, their love of money is the root of all evil. And they love money enough to where they'll turn their backs on the community that opened their hearts to them and got approval to have them here, I will gladly take time out of my life to sit there and say, you know what? You want to come here and you want to have these fucking hosts? You want to host these illegals here? You should turn it off before you do that shit. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Just getting the cake out of the. Just mind your business.
God bless you, Coffee. This is so. Let's get in touch with Larry or Mr. Coffee. You know everything doing that. We're coming up on the Easter holiday. Kelli, you ready?
Yeah. Check your policies, parents. Your school board has on their website posted their policies. Check everything that's been updated since 2021. I found some very interesting policy changes in Brighton schools. Very interesting. So I would say check your policies, see if they align with your belief system. If they don't, you might want to talk to your superintendent, maybe write your school board. It's very important that we start paying attention to what our school boards are writing into policy, because what's coming with what they agreed to in 2020 with certain funds is going to be very hard on your children if you don't start addressing these policy changes soon. So that's as much as I'm willing to say right now. I'm hoping to get more details to the community in the next couple months.
Absolutely. Norris, you ready?
Sure.
And as you do that, Norris, I want to say this. The thought just occurred to me, and we're going to do this. Not only will we be ready to go and protest, and I know a bunch of people, spread the word about it. Let everybody know that you know in your circles, hey, we're going to go and protest this thing. And what we want to do is we're going to protest in such a way, we'll set up a table. We'll bring listen, I can do, now that Rumble has done what they've done, I can do the whole broadcast from the phone. It'll be just one camera shoot, but I can do the broadcast from the phone. We can set up a table, pull the phone up, and we'll go, hey, we're here outside of this fucking hotel that is housing illegals because they would rather take money from the government and illegals than honor you as the citizens of this community. They would rather take that money because they're greedy motherfuckers. I will sit there at a table. We'll put a banner in front of the table and say, hey, illegals are fucking up our country. Change my mind.
There you
go. Whatever it takes. Norris, go.
So just going along with that same thread, I think we need to go ahead and actually press our local governments on these same issues.
Yes.
Not only just
hold them accountable.
And press for, so we have a sanctuary.
Make them aware.
Second Amendment county.
Yeah.
Let's make it, as I think it was Larry said it earlier, make it a anti-sanctuary county.
Agreed.
And also we need to address this thing about squatting.
Oh, this is huge.
Yeah, I could definitely see this being a problem.
And Tim played it during the video, but this is huge.
Yeah.
Is that happening in Michigan?
Dude, they literally just show up.
Yeah.
Your house is in a tree.
Some places more than others, but
yes,
I would not wait for it to happen.
Oh, no. I'm wondering
before we address it.
When I moved into my house on Lake Tyrone, there were squatters living in the house next door to me, and they were there for another 2 to 3 years.
I understand that, but is there any laws that if somebody?
I got him on handheld. I just unmuted it. Go ahead.
Fucking Tim is a bitch tonight.
He's trying to make sure people hear you. That's not being a bitch.
That's why
I know. You can't turn that on when it's facing the fucking elephant. Talking to this microphone.
I'm not talking.
Newbies, I tell you.
Isn't there some places people are actually getting arrested for trying to get their house back because of the squatters?
Yes.
What is the
law
here, though?
I don't know.
The squatters laws?
Yeah.
The squatters laws are kind of universal. They're all policy that was written in back in 2010, 2015. So let's say I have a house rental and somebody decides to squat in my house rental, so it's not my immediate domicile. Right. I cannot take control of that because the same landlord rules that apply to a landlord apply to a squatter. right? So you can't evict them within a certain amount of time. You have to do some letters in writing. If you change the locks, you can be,
You're not evicting somebody because they were never a tenant to begin with.
Right, but
so that's when
it's all policy that was written in.
See, that's when you get the posse late at night and just make it go away.
It's funny because they're doing that in Australia right now. I actually just watched a video of guys that like linked arms across.
Yeah.
And said, you're not coming in here. This is ours. You cannot have it. The neighborhood men linked arms and told them, you are not going to put anybody in our homes.
Correct. And Tim and I have talked about this multiple times, that the founding fathers wanted to write the original Declaration of Independence is that everybody is entitled to life, liberty, and property.
Mm-hmm.
And so this dynamic of owning property, but they refrained from writing it in the Declaration because they didn't want it to be seen as a automatic right to property. They wanted it to be seen as a opportunity to work towards and obtain and own sovereignly property.
They were hoping the laws for legal ownership would eventually be put in the books to supersede that, and all of this real estate ownership stuff that's
the stuff that took place in 2008 when the market crashed and stuff, that's what set all this into play. The policy.
Well, a lot of it, and evicting people who couldn't pay in the foreclosures. I mean, even banks couldn't evict. I mean, there's a lot of stuff
evicting is one thing, but squatting is a totally different.
Well, true.
Right, but they're using it. They're newcomers.
One of the biggest tactics against this that has been working is the land or property owner moves the ownership of their property into a trust or an LLC and then rents it to themselves.
Right.
And they are the renters, and the renter rights supersede the squatter rights.
Correct. And there's also even further than that. That's a good step, but also getting back to actual land patents.
Yes.
That they have tried to supersede with the mortgage and title system.
What was Norris done? We'll make sure.
No, Norris, I want you to finish.
No, I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah, but the squatters.
But the squatters needs to be. We need to.
This is huge.
We need to get ahead of this issue.
And not all of them are legals too. I mean,
what's that?
Not all of the squatters are illegals.
No. Granted, I understand that. But either way, we need to get ahead of it.
Right.
Yes,
These are people just showing up.
We can't wait for it to happen and then try to address it after the fact.
And this is far beyond what happened before the crash in 2008. In the crash in 2008, if you came in and said, "Well, I make $1 million a year. I have a big corporation. I blah blah blah," they literally could not question.
You'd lie about it.
What your statement was. They called it liar loans.
Yep.
They put it on there, and so you could walk in and buy $1 million house, and you know what? If it was on more than an acre, you had a year before they could foreclose on you. You could live there for a year without having made one payment, no down payment, no nothing.
That's how they do.
But if you made a payment, it resets the clock.
That's how.
Correct.
That's how they do everything. Like COVID money brought in migrant language people in the schools and brought in free lunches for every student in the schools.
That's how they do it, even if you didn't go to that school.
Right, and brought in homes for children that don't have families in the schools. And there were all these policies set into place for COVID for what's taking place right now.
Right.
Same thing back in 2008. There were all these policies put in place that look really nice and pretty so that they would be ready to execute now. Exactly.
So Rahm Emanuel said you never want to let a good crisis go to waste.
Right. Hillary Clinton said that too.
Mr. Coffee, final thought? Even if you just tell me to fuck off, I don't care.
Right.
You're on. You're on, buddy.
I told Tim to fuck off first, and then you.
So I'll fuck off.
But we'll see if we have you back.
Remember when Tim wasn't here and we were talking
Just
about...
shut the fuck up and give me your final thought. I love you, Coffee.
Final thought?
What's this button do?
I'm making you banana bread.
Huh?
I'm making you
was
banana
it with
bread.
sour cream?
I actually have a very special way of making it. Do you like cherries?
Special? No.
He gets so
You don't
offended.
like cherries?
No, I don't. Chocolate chips.
I do dark chocolate cherry banana bread.
Why the hell are you screwing up banana bread?
Dark
That's the
chocolate
only way
cherry
to have.
banana
That's the way I
bread.
can eat the crap.
All right, real quick. Remember last week we were talking about and we were having a little discussion about the dads in.
Yes.
Okay, we had that discussion, remember?
Yeah.
Guess what? If you really read the Idiot Freaks, they use that to show that there isn't a problem in Heartland with the things going in the bathroom because the dads from Heartland didn't show up. So they actually use what we were talking about, saying there is no problem because dads aren't there.
Right.
No.
Well, because in their mind, if there's no rape, then there's no problem.
No, the dads aren't there, so there's no problem.
Oh,
Dads
that's a
aren't there.
problem. But they
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
But
that's
we
bullshit.
can make that a problem.
We can make that a problem. So thank you guys for tuning in. Did we catch everything in there? You got them over there, Kate? Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We love you all. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit that thumbs up on the Rumble if you're not on Rumble, whatever other platforms you're on. Like, share, and subscribe if you're on Facebook. Fuck Facebook. But if you're on YouTube, we'll be on there for 10 more minutes until they figure out that we don't like them actually, and we're just using their platform. It's a practice. Anyway, so love you guys out there. Appreciate you. Like, share, and subscribe. We've got some incredible shows coming up. As spicy as Mr. Coffee is, and Larry, we've got the Veterans Show that we're about to start shooting principal footage on, a whole bunch of shows. We're going to get those in the can. We're working on the mental health show. We're working on the cooking show. I've got a couple people lined up. They're going to come and tape their cooking shows. We're working on what's I'm missing one. There's a fourth one I'm missing. Oh, Man Cave Makers and Music Mondays. We're working on both those. Christopher that was here and hanging out with us, he's going to be part of the Monday music shows. What do you got, Tim?
Well, you're going to be launching a new series called
oh yes
the ability to entertain.
Yes.
A thought called what?
It's going to be called the ability
the mark
of an educated mind.
It's going to be called the mark
of an educated mind, because
a series that'll probably be what we'll launch into your YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
And
I want people to be able to look at different subjects.
Yeah.
And be able to at least
grab some traction,
entertain the idea. You don't have to embrace it, but don't reject this out of hand, because then you're pigeonholing yourself into a narrow-mindedness that you're not going to be able to understand. So I want to be able people to be able to do that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff.
And then the Gaming Guild.
And the Gaming Guild. The Gaming Guild is going to be huge with our whole crew up in the Thumb area, Tony and them, as well as people that we're cultivating down here. We're going to start doing that. There's going to be a lot of gaming stuff. So we're about exposing a lot of stuff about what's going on in our community, as well as having some fun. I appreciate the crinkle. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, like, share, and subscribe, all that stuff. Tim has the QR codes on there.
Yes.
Look forward to the new stuff coming out. And with that, we'll say good night. Tim, take it away.
Armpit farts 20.
That's an egg.
Seriously.
That's an egg.
It's a metaphor.
It's still an egg.
That's an egg.
I would challenge you.
That's an egg.
I know my brain is not actually an egg, okay? It's a metaphor.
Metaphor or not, that's not your brain.
It's just an egg.
Una cerveza para mí. My egg is my brain.
Can I at least have some bacon, maybe some sausage with that egg, though?
Oh, I want some bacon.
I want crepes.
Have some bacon and pancakes with that egg.
I'll take it with cheese.
Extra large brown cage-free eggs.
Can I have your brain with hot cakes?
A sausage and a little toast and potato.
That would be great.
Does it have antibiotics?
I don't know, man. I'm not good at this shit.
Well, they got to be able to resist some diseases.
You resist the disease.
Has it got any hormones?
Maybe. It's cage free.
Vegetarian?
Maybe.
Are they vegan?
No, I eat steak.
Never apologize and never explain.
Never apologize.
Never apologize and never explain.